Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for episode 106 of the MeepleCore podcast, a bi-weekly podcast about board games, video games, music, and nerd culture. I am your host, Tim Jennette, the Metal Meeple, and I'm joined by my co-hosts,
Eric Ledford,
George Breden.
And in this episode, we give you our first impressions for the board games Court of Miracles, Cursed Court, GoodCritters, and Llama. We go through our top 5 board games with food and much more. Intern Alexa, ask a random question.
Here's a question for you. What is the least sexy name you have ever heard?
That's appropriate. Thanks, Alexa.
George. No.
What?
Maybe
I mean,
Bob.
That's okay. I don't want you to be interested in that way.
Yeah. Like whenever I hear George, like, oh.
This is such a wrong question, but I'm going to say Ethel.
Ethel.
It makes me, it reminds me of my 7th grade sex ed teacher. She shouldn't have been one.
Yeah.
Like, just her mindset was like, I hate every one of you and every bit of this. I'm like, why are you a teacher? Especially with this subject. Let's do a different one.
Let's do a different one. Yeah, I'm having a hard time not getting political. So
there you go. Yeah. Just let it out, George. Just let it out.
Alexa, ask a random question.
Here's a question for you. In the apocalypse, would you rather tough it alone or try to find a community to live in?
Volume 2 was the wrong choice.
Alexa, yo in my ear.
Yeah. Like the first one, it was real low. I mean, in the end, when I run all the stuff, it's not going to matter. But so, what was the question? Would you
in the apocalypse? Are you going to go it alone, or are you going to?
Would you rather go alone or
be in a community?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a sweet question.
I mean, sometimes there's negative sides to being in a group, but there's also a lot of positives, so I'm going to go with the group.
George.
Yeah, I'm going to go with group too, just because there's a lot of stuff I don't know how to do.
Yeah,
That's
right?
fair. Yeah, I would go with a group too, because the problem is...
I would also say it's dependent on the group as well. Like, some groups, I'd rather be by myself. If you're providing no benefits, all right, I'm out.
Yeah.
It's always safer to travel with a party.
But maybe not if the party is dangerous to you.
I mean, true, but I mean...
Yeah, or stupid.
Maybe you know the people or something. I guess that doesn't matter because people change in the apocalypse anyway.
Right. That's right. You can't know what's going to happen. Yeah.
Generally speaking, though, I think a group would be better because you're going to have all that skill sets. You know, because I don't know how to skin an animal. You know, if you have to
you learn
hunt
quick.
or something. I mean, you could learn quick. Yeah. You're eating raw venison.
It also depends on what the apocalypse is, because right now we're in the apocalypse and I'd much rather be alone.
There you go.
Well, I don't know if this is apocalypse. I think apocalypse is after it's wiped out people.
All right.
I mean, I guess it's wiped out people, but I mean like a massive.
We're in process. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. If I just had to say generally speaking, yeah, I would say a group. I think there's very few people are going to say alone. And those people are crazy and they're already living alone.
Those are the people the group has to look out for.
Right.
Those are the people that are off the grid.
Yeah.
They don't have a cell phone.
That is awesome if they can do it. You know, like if I had that much knowledge that I could do it, I would absolutely want to do that. That'd be amazing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Just go out there and be, free George.
Free George.
Do what I want.
I still need to have Zoom, though, for board games.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if the internet would be working in an apocalypse.
I'm not much of a solo gamer at all.
All you need is which I'm going to go on a rant real quick, but all you need is like a cell phone that you just play the app on it. But the weird thing is all right, so like the Book of Eli, I don't know if you've ever seen that movie.
Mm-hmm.
It has like Denzel Washington, and he carries around an iPod, and it's post-apocalyptic, like Mad Max style, like the whole planet's a desert kind of deal.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, I mean, you watch The Walking Dead and they literally have to pretend that not only is it the apocalypse, but it reverted society back to like the 1940s before any technology existed. You know, like you have generators powering entire buildings. You can power I don't know.
You can still use your iPad.
Of it. It just seems like they made things old for aesthetic purposes.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember it offhand, so I might be remembering it a little bit incorrectly. But there was a part where, like season 4 or something like that, where they're part of this community, and the guy's like basically a mad scientist, and he has all this stuff. But I feel like I remember it being like old computer equipment, not like modern day computer equipment.
Lost all that.
It's not. Yeah, right. Yeah, because with the apocalypse, electricity can't power modern devices. It can only power things from like 20 and 30 years ago to make it just seem more idiotic.
Well, I guess it's saying like, yeah, after 4 or 5 years, you might, you probably go rummage and you can find a computer.
Yeah,
but,
you're definitely gonna have.
You can have a real nice computer.
People are going to carry laptops around. I mean,
you still have your smartphone.
Yeah, like let's pretend like tablets and stuff, because that's more of a modern thing, and maybe Walking Dead was like on the cusp of that anyway, like during production. But it irritates me when they have these, and I get it, by the way, I get it from a theatrical point where if the viewer sees like something very modern, they're gonna think, well, how could they be doing that in a post-apocalyptic world?
Well, you also have in that type of environment, you're going to have a much less use for a laptop or a cell phone anyway. So yeah, you probably won't see a lot of people going around on their cell phone.
No, but I mean, I could totally see people using it to like play movies and stuff. Or like play music. I think if the apocalypse happened, I feel like the apocalypse would be slightly different than what we glorify it to be in movies and books.
Sure.
I would still use it. I would still use my cell phone. Even though it's not working as a phone, I would be taking notes on it. I'd use it as a calculator.
Yeah. Taking pictures of things.
You'd still be using it.
You come across some books, maybe take some pictures of how to plant seeds properly or whatever. I mean, just have a generator that you go back to and you charge it back up. Like, I just don't. It's baffling to me when they make these post-apocalyptic movies.
Better than a generator, you probably need something that's solar generating.
Or solar.
Yeah,
I mean, if you have
generator,
a solar
you're gonna have to find like gas somewhere, right?
You still be logging your board game plays, like.
Right?
I'm gonna do that. I want to design a movie where it's like post-apocalyptic but like realistic, where people are busting out these little solar panels and charging their phone while they're on horseback. Because I mean, just because you can't do certain things doesn't mean that other things completely go away.
Yeah, no, you would absolutely do that if you could. Yeah.
I don't know. It kills me. Like, I don't remember seeing a chainsaw on The Walking Dead at all either. Was there a chainsaw? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember.
There would definitely still be chainsaws.
Yeah, gas-powered ones for sure. I mean, if they're driving around cars with gas.
Yeah.
So, anyway, rant's over. So, well, anyway, let's go to what we've been up to since the last podcast, and let's start with George. What you been up to?
All right. Well, I finished watching season 1 of Dexter. Kat and I watched that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We actually started watching it because you guys seem to like it, so I don't know. We're only a couple episodes in.
All right, well, stick with it. It's good. It's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely enjoyed that.
It is kind of interesting rooting for the bad guy, even though he's kind of a bad guy doing good things.
No, he's definitely a bad guy.
Weird bad guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is weird. It's an anti-hero kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. It's really interesting because you tell yourself, well, he's doing a lot of bad things, but if he doesn't do it, these people can get away with even more bad things.
Yeah. Well, that's the trend now. Like, anti-hero is the in thing. Because the other thing that we watched, we're still watching, is The Mandalorian, and that's a bad guy. Like, he's gone around
a bad guy?
Bounty hunting. That's what he does.
Are bounty hunters bad people?
I don't know if they're bad. They just don't. They set the morals aside and they get money to do things.
Yeah, but they get money for very questionable things, like dead or alive. Like the dead part, that's not good.
Oh, I mean, you gotta bring them in
That's
somehow.
true. Because it's not like these people are paying them money to go kill like a mass serial killer. They're like, this guy owes me money for my drugs.
Go kill him.
Go for my spice. Go get him.
Yeah.
I don't care if you just bring his head. Yeah.
But he's the hero, right? So yeah, you root for the hero, the bad guy anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
doing that, and then there's a math trade that I'm sure we're going to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've been receiving a bunch of games. This is the time of year to get a bunch of games coming in. And so I've got
Kickstarters.
Well,
galore.
no, not actually like, games that are Essen games or Gen Con games. And,
Oh yeah.
you send away for them and now they start showing up too.
Oh, that's cool.
So I've got, Mariposas.
Mariposa.
And Mariposas and Celtic. And this is a Kickstarter, the Detective City of Angels expansion, Smoke and Mirrors.
Nice.
Excited about that. I got Portal Games Detective Season 1.
Not as nice.
It'll be nice. I'm going to play that one with the family, and I'll save the other detective game to play with you guys.
Okay. I'll take that trade.
Okay. And then I've got a game called Llama, which we're going to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
And I got a game called Minara, which is a co-op dexterity game. And then finally, a game that I'm just going to wait a long time to play because of COVID, and that is called Scapegoat. It is a social deduction kind of game. Party game.
Unless it shows up on Tabletop Simulator.
That would be nice. So yeah, that's what I've got going on. And other than that, lots of work, which I'm not complaining about.
Yep.
All right.
What about you, Eric?
Yeah, not too much.
Piggyback on that lots of work too.
Yeah, lots of work. Besides that, doing the math trade, which it was a local math trade here in Louisville. Other people from surrounding areas kind of participated as well, such as George coming down.
I was probably the farthest.
Yeah, 3-hour drive, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. So it worked out well. I got 13 trades, so I'll take that as a success.
How many trades did you actually have in the math trade? Or did you add some on afterwards, or was it all during the trade final?
I only so previously you can go on, is it Apecorn or Abercorn or however you want to say it?
Abercorn, yeah.
Abercorn, yeah. So you can go on there and you can see what other people or who was interested in your items for one, and then also what they would trade for an item, and these are items that didn't end up trading. However, it looks like it maybe got disabled or something went wrong where I wasn't able to access that kind of information. So if you wanted to get more trades after the fact, you would have to dig a little deeper. It looks like George ended up doing so.
Yes.
Like, I don't know, a game that you wanted didn't trade, so you can contact that person and be like, hey, I'm so interested in your game. Here's my games.
Yes.
Or in George's case as well, here's Eric's games and my game. You find anything that you want with these games.
It worked out.
Yeah. But I was kind of a little busy right after the fact, so I wasn't able to do that extra step. So I didn't get any trades after the fact. So this was all trades within the math trade.
Yeah, I ended up doing a lot of extra trades. This was my first math trade that I was involved in, and I really liked how it went, but I kind of didn't really plan it out. And so I thought, in order to make more trades happen, I need to just, check a bunch of stuff that I'm interested in, even if I'm not that interested in it. That might have been a mistake.
Okay,
so the initial trade, I ended up
because you ended up with Kingdom Builder.
I did.
No, that was on purpose.
So I got.
Yeah, you chose that.
Right.
I ended up with Kingdom Builder, and I ended up with Kingsburg Festival, or is that what it's called?
Oh yeah, Kingsburg Festival,
Kingsport
Festival. Yeah. So, and those were not like high on my list, but I'll check them out now that I have them. And
I still got mine to play too. I do want to get played. It's supposed to be pretty good.
So just stuff like that. But the ones I actually really wanted, the highest ones on my list of interest out of a pretty small, number of games.
Pull.
Yeah, there was Bunny Kingdom with the expansion. and
right.
Bunny in the Sky or whatever it is. I don't know. And and then there was Professor Evil and the Citadel of Time. Mm-hmm. And neither of those traded. So then I had to go and contact those people and finagle a trade. Mm-hmm. And it worked out. So I pretty much ended up with all the stuff
that you wanted.
I was happy with it. Nice. I got Forbidden Sky. I got all the co-ops. It was great.
I have Forbidden Sky. I got that at Target, I think, real cheap.
Yeah.
So if you want to do well in the mass trade and George is in it, you just put all your co-ops in there. You got at least one person.
Yeah, I got a co-op called Dragon Keepers that is made by Vital Lacerda, I think, and his daughter.
That's a Lacerda game?
Yeah, but it's super light. It's the super light co-op.
Not his typical fare then.
Yeah, it was mostly his daughter, I think, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I ended up with one trade. Although I just went to pick up my games from Eric, really.
Yeah. You got more games from me than you got off the mass trade.
I know, right? I put a bunch of garbage on there, essentially. I didn't even really get people to... I mean, there was only, 26 or 28 people who registered for the math trade and only 15 or 16 that actually approved their trade list.
Yeah, it was half. Yep.
Yeah, it was a small amount of people, but... even in the end, not a lot of people offered anything for a lot of my games except for George for Megaland, which worked because I traded it for Zolkin.
Oh yeah,
I feel like that's a win.
Yeah. But you didn't get Zolkin from me. It ended up in some kind of weird 3-way trade. But you're right.
Oh yeah,
it's because I checked so many different things.
Yeah,
somehow it worked out.
It was more than a 3-way trade. It was a trade loop that was pretty long. Yeah.
So Zolkin for Megaland. That's awesome.
That's the brilliance of math trades, is that you could trade essentially garbage and get something really awesome.
How dare you? That is not a garbage game.
Actually, I didn't mind Megaland, but it wasn't as good of a pressure luck game as I liked it to be.
Yeah, but it is nice.
It was fun.
It's family fair,
Yes, I think you'll have a great time with your family.
I ended up with it. It was great. Yeah.
Yeah. It's got great components and artwork, and it's got a game trace thing and everything. So
I'm happy.
It's good. But I bought it at Target on clearance for $8. So basically, I bought Zolkin for $8.
Right. Oh my, that's awesome.
That's really good. Yeah.
And then I've got those games that Eric's been hoarding for me for literally 8 or 9 months now.
Yeah, some of them. Yeah,
some of them.
Been a while.
One was the Santa Maria expansion. Cursed Court, which we're going to talk about, and Cytosis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's it, right?
Yeah, the 3.
And I also bought today at half price. They had multiple copies of A Column of Fire for $15, all of them brand new.
Oh, very cool. I have that one.
A Column of Fire.
It's the third in the series of Pillars of Earth and World Without End.
Yes.
Yeah. Huh.
I'm going to assume I'm not going to like it that much, just based on when you look at it, it looks very light.
That's why I like it.
I don't know. It's this huge board, and a third of the board in the middle doesn't look used at all.
Yeah.
I don't know about this.
Now you have two out of the 3 games.
Well, there's going to be 4, though.
You got to complete the set.
Maybe. I don't know. Pillars of Earth was okay to me. I like World Without End better. Personally.
He's written another, so there's going to be 4 books very soon. If it hasn't already, might have already come out. So they have to make another game. Somebody has to.
They will.
Yeah,
Cosmos probably has them right now.
Okay. Right.
Because Cosmos made the 3rd one. I can't remember if they made the other 2.
They at least made the reprint of the first one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it probably was then.
Well, anything else for you, Eric, or?
No, that's it. Besides, I can maybe run through some of the games I got. A lot of games that actually we played and maybe reviewed here in the short term, like Flotilla, Masters of Renaissance, Lorenzo 2, Magnifico, the card game.
Oh, yeah.
Longest name in a game ever. The Crew, Clans of Caledonia, which was high on my want list. Got Men at Work from George. Trick and taking game called Bottle Imp.
Oh, good game.
Yeah, Nations of Dice game, which
very good game.
Yeah, we haven't played it in a couple of years. I'm ready to get back to the table. a game called Sabotage. George also
I've got that
this one. I played it once before, and I liked it quite a bit. It plays really well at 4. Supposedly, you can play it at 2, so I might try that with Melissa.
It's a Fowers game, yeah.
Right. So, yeah, that's kind of a quick
That's a good trade.
Roll through the ages, the Bronze Age. Got that from George as well, so gonna get that played soon. Yeah,
I'm sort of done. I'm done with any kind of roll through the anything.
Roll through anything.
If it's any kind of like a dice game or like especially roll and write, man, am I tired of those.
Mm.
Have you played Nations, the dice game?
No.
Have you played Nations?
No.
Well,
we
should try both.
It's not my kind of game. You know that. But
it might be.
It might be. It might be.
You know. Oh, wait, I can't remember. Do you like the Imperial Settlers, like Everdell style of resource management?
I love Everdell. Man, do I hate Imperial Settlers.
Don't look at the game, though. I mean, just the resource management where you have stuff and you have to, like, spend it maybe to get new stuff to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can sometimes deal with that.
Or a light civ build game.
Yeah. I wouldn't even. I mean, it's Civilization build as much as Tapestry is. I mean, like,
which is not high on my list either.
Right.
I mean, thematically, the Civilization stuff.
Your dice building, basically.
Yeah,
I'll give it a try, but I'm just saying
it's good. I liked it quite a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, anyway,
there's just too many dice games. There's too many roll and writes. I'm so tired of it.
There's a lot of roll and writes. We'll talk about some of those later. Foreshadowing. Other than the math trade, I actually right after the math trade, because I took my sons with me, so we went. we actually did the math trade in the parking lot of a Malibu Jacks.
Yep.
So, which is like a Dave and Buster's or like an arcade with like, you know, bumper cars and laser tag and mini golf, things like that. So I took the kids in there, and it was awesome. Eric, you're so close to this.
I am.
This is we've been to it before when it was at the old location. They moved, made it better.
Yeah.
And
the old location looked like it was much smaller.
It was much smaller and it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is dramatically different, dramatically better. The mini golf was fantastic. I didn't know this, but kids under 5 are free and adults don't have to play. So that was free. Oh, you just go up there and play that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Just drop
why
them
did
off.
I even put money on this car?
All day. It's fine.
Right,
yeah, right. But they ran through it and stuff. We played. It was really fun. Then we start playing some of the arcade machines and, you know, typical like skee ball, the little ping pong throws and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They actually have this fantastic. This is really the reason I'm bringing this up, not just to talk about kid stuff, but they had a VR thing where it's a 4-player VR setup. It's huge. I mean, it's like 30 feet by 30 feet, and you get like this 15-foot area by yourself. And you can play it 4 players, and you have like a gun, and it has enough room to move around pretty significantly. And the helmets that you put on are tethered upwards to the top, and it rolls along. So it's meant for like a lot of open area play.
That's awesome.
And 4 players, and you get like these crazy, awesome looking rifles to play with. Oh, it's happening. It's gonna happen.
Talking about rifles
that
and
was
games, we had that one that we were playing. Forgot the name of it on PS4.
Farpoint.
Farpoint. Yeah, that was pretty fun.
We need to get back to some VR, dude.
Oh yeah.
But otherwise, we went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee for vacation, mostly to do hikes and stuff in the nature. And we went on a few hikes, saw some waterfalls, realized that walking 3 miles with kids is hard. Although my son, I mean, Theron can do it perfectly. I mean, he will outwalk me because he's only 4, he's almost 5, but he walked the whole thing. He barely got tired. But Drexel, who's, you know, almost 2, we had to carry him quite a bit. And most of it is going uphill into the mountains to see a waterfall. The back down was pretty nice, though. So it's good that you're burning the energy on the way up.
Right.
And then it's an easy way out. So a lot of cool stuff down there. We did go to a couple of things. There's like this indoor splash park. We actually went during the week, and it's a kind of like not busy week. So everywhere we went, it was just like us. So that was also pretty nice. because, you know, there's no one around us or whatever.
Well, yeah.
And we were at this like indoor splash park pool type thing. That was pretty cool. But more importantly, we went to MagiQuest. And Eric, we talked about this a few days ago, and I can't remember if you brought it up a long time ago on the podcast or not. I think you did.
I might have, yeah.
But MagiQuest, yeah, it's like you go and you get a wand and you can flick it at all these different things in the environment. Like you have these 3 massive areas, like one's like this forest, and it's got a lot of cool production. It's not, you know, super awesome, but it is really well done.
Mm-hmm.
And another one's like this huge village. So you've got, you walk in, it kind of feels like this little village atmosphere, like a town. And then there's the dragon's lair. But you run around and you basically start a quest. You're trying to go gather runes, and all of it is like a seek and find. So it gives you a puzzle. It's like, you know, birds fly high in this region, or I don't know. And so,
hey, yeah. Well,
or it might be like, you know, something about, you know, maybe it rhymes with your stomach growling. So you'll go to the village and go to the, you know, the inn or like the food place and then look around there.
Mm-hmm.
There's treasure chest everywhere you can flick it at and you'll get gold. Everything animates. So like the treasure chest, like when you flick your wand at it, it actually opens up and all the jewels glimmer and stuff. It's got like LED lights everywhere. And it's like, you found a treasure chest with 100 gold. Stuff like that. It's really... It's super theatrical.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the once you get runes, then you go on adventures and you can talk to like the major characters, and they're like this huge like 10-foot LCD
TVs,
like
yeah.
a projection screen that has like, you know, different pre-rendered scenes that it plays for you. There's also, you can fight dragons and stuff like that too. So it was like super cool. I really liked it quite a bit.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Are there things that you shouldn't flick your wand at? Like, you know, if you flick your wand at it, bad things happen. Like, is there responsibility that goes along with this?
No, not at all.
No, it's super kid friendly.
Yeah, you basically go flicking at everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This.
Here's 2 things that's really funny that you brought that up. I'm glad you did, because it reminded me of something. My son, he's 2, or he'll be 2 in January. He can say a couple of words, but he understands everything. And I think this is pretty common with the second child. They don't talk as much as the first. But you could have full conversations with him because he understands what you're saying.
Yeah.
So the hilarious part about it is he was free. So he got a loner wand. And this loner wand is basically a master magi. So I kept making the joke that he's the most powerful wizard here, but he doesn't know how to handle his power. Because he was just walking around. He knew what to do, man. He was like flicking his like wand all over the place at stuff. And he flicked it at this torch that's up on the wall, like a sconce that's like on the sides of like the entrance to this like area.
Yeah.
And it says something, but it's real snarky. It's like, why'd you wake me up? Whatever. And he's like, blah, 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 blah. He's like just yelling a bunch of nonsense to it. And then he flicks it again and starts talking. He's like, he's getting all huffy and puffy at it and yelling back at it. So we watched my 2-year-old have this argument with a torch for like 5 minutes. It was the funniest thing ever. He's like, blah, 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 like getting so mad, dude. Oh man,
that's awesome.
I was like, what is happening? This is awesome. That was a good highlight. It's like watching our 2-year-old have an argument with a torch.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. If you're ever in, this is actually in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, but it's right next to Gatlinburg.
Mm-hmm.
But the MagiQuest there is phenomenal. It's like this giant castle. It's super fun for kids. They have an arcade and a mirror maze and a pirate mini golf thing too.
Okay.
And Eric was telling me that, which I knew about this too, but I was asking him about it, but they have, I guess, lower budget versions of MagiQuest inside the Great Wolf Lodges.
Well, at least the one up north from us, the closest one that we have to us.
I know they have them in 2 others too, like Wisconsin and I think Texas or something.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, so definitely not as robust or, you know, played up as much because it's kind of a side thing. Whereas if you go to the one in Pigeon Forge, it's its own building in a castle. That's their main attraction. If you go to Great Wolf Lodge, it's kind of that side attraction kind of thing. So
yeah,
it's kind of down hallways in the convention center areas, or down the hallways before you get to the rooms. So, not as nice, but it gives you the, 70% of the feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a park out in Utah I've heard about that is called Evermore Park, and it's this Dungeons and Dragons adventure park experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a bunch of actors
That sounds
in there,
awesome.
and you go in and, I don't know, you get stats and go on adventures, and if you go several times, there's different storylines you can do and stuff. It sounds crazy and amazing, yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah. I'll do that.
That's the thing is, like, apparently there was a bunch of escape rooms now in Gatlinburg that are done to a Hollywood budget. I mean, they're amazing. Like, I read of a review of one of them because I saw, like, the pamphlet, because we stopped by the visitor center and just took a bunch of pamphlets for attractions. And I was like, man, all these escape rooms would be awesome to come down here with some friends for a weekend and, like, just go to all of the escape rooms and do them.
Oh, yeah.
There's one, it's like an Indiana Jones style temple type of thing. And it looks like a set to a movie.
Yeah.
In the video, it shows like they pull something, right? Like just a piece of stone, and like another stone opens up and a beam of light shines on something they need to look at. I mean,
they gave it away.
Well,
you're going to go in there. Where's that stone?
That's just the start. That's just the start.
Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah. Because it's actually in the pictures for the pamphlet too.
Mm.
And they were saying like Steven Spielberg style set design and things like that. It looks phenomenal.
That's awesome.
Like I want to show up in a costume. That's how good this thing looks. And the more I was thinking about it, True Dungeon is such a huge thing for Gen Con.
Yeah.
In Origins now. How does that not exist anywhere else throughout the year?
Yeah, well, it
like
does.
Maybe that's the reason it is popular.
Go to Utah.
But
right.
Go to Utah,
Go to Utah, yeah.
But like all these escape rooms are getting bigger and bigger. I don't know why they don't have like these adventure things everywhere where you have a character that you can take to all of, you know what I mean? Like something like the MagiQuest, but on a more mature scale.
Okay, well,
it would be cool.
Our new business idea, MeepleCore.
I know, right?
LLC.
No one wants to venture into that. You know how much money you would have to sink into that to make it remotely break even?
Yeah. The set design.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if True Dungeon would even be as big as it is if it didn't happen at first once a year. You know what I mean? Because that's like a fiend. It's like you're like, oh my God, I need that. Can't wait till next Gen Con. But if you could do it at any point, then it would lose its luster.
Yep.
Yeah.
Imagine so.
All right. Well, if you guys are done, we're gonna move on and talk about some games.
Sounds good.
But before we do that, we're going to plug some ways you can support the show. If you're interested, you can check out MeepleCore.com, click the Humble Bundle partner link. This will take you to humblebundle.com. There's all kinds of bundles out there all the time for video games, books, software, just all kinds of cool stuff. There was one recently, I think it's already ended, but it was for the Black Library, which is the Warhammer 40K, Warhammer Fantasy audiobooks, basically. And it was a whole bundle of like 30 of them or so, like maybe it was 20. But I mean, $15 type of deal. Tons of cool stuff. They support lots of charities. So check that out. Go to MeepleCore.com, click that Humble Bundle partner link, or check out patreon.com/MeepleCore. We have 4 games that we're going to talk about. First is Court of Miracles, Cursed Court, Good Critters, and Llama. So first up, we have The Court of Miracles.
This is the 2019 game. The designers are Vincent Bruguiz and Guillaume Gautrand. Apologies for the pronunciation there. And the artist is Ronan Tulhote. The publisher is Lumberjacks Studio.
I think it was also Lucky Dog, maybe.
If I remember correctly. Let's find out.
It was somebody. Check it out on BGG. I guess it depends on where
Lucky
it was
Duck,
released.
you're correct.
Oh, Lucky Duck. That's right. Anyway, Court of Miracles is basically a game where you're trying to get rid of, I might mess up these words, I think it's influence, but you're trying to get rid of your 6 influence tokens into the city somewhere. The first person to do this will win the game, but obviously it's going to be difficult because your influence can come back to you as well. The board is kind of separated into these 5 neighborhoods, and then there's another part of the board, which we'll talk about in a second. Each neighborhood has 3 action spaces and then a neighborhood bonus action that you can take. So the way the game works is every player is going to start off with 3 rogues. And these are essentially like wooden pieces that have like an indent, so you could put your faction marker on top. On the bottom is a sticker that tells you what the strength of your rogue is. Everyone starts off with a 1 strength, and a 0 strength beggar that has a special power. But we'll come back to that. On your turn, you're simply just going to place one of your rogues on an action space on the board, perform the action of the space that you put it on, and then optionally activate the neighborhood bonus action if you want to. The reason is because if somebody owns it, including yourself, they get $1 or you get $1 if you own it. So sometimes you don't want to activate it if it's not really going to do much, because money is power, so to speak. The spaces that you place your rogues on are kind of simple. You can get a dollar or whatever the currency's called in this game. You can get $1. You can get a card from the top of the stack. These cards are single use powers, basically, just like in most games. There's another action space that will move the penniless king 1 or 2 spaces. We'll come back to him in just a second. And there's also, that's pretty much all the actual spaces. Then there are the neighborhood bonus actions, and those will do very similar stuff. But the couple that I want to really highlight is there's one that will let you swap out one of your rogues. There's a bag of tokens. You get to draw one out of it, and then you take one of your guys that you haven't played yet, and you can swap it. There's a bunch of different, I think there's like 6 or 8 special power rogues in the bag that you don't start with, such as there's one that has 0 strength, but you could pay it like $2 to give it a 3 strength. There's one that allows you to, like, if you lose the battle, which we'll talk about in a second, you get to draw a card. There's another one that will steal money from somebody. Actually, that might be the one you start with. That's the beggar. There's all kinds of like little special power rogues that you can get. So the other neighborhood bonus action is to place one of your influence markers on the other part of the board that I haven't talked about. And then you have to spend $4, $5, $6, $7, or $8, depending on which track you want to put your marker on, to get that action. So it's a really powerful action that's, that you get only when you place the influence marker over there. Those influence markers are permanent. They can't be bumped off. But when the neighborhood bonus spaces, you can own those as well. The way that happens is after you place your guy, you will then do the action on the space. You will do the neighborhood action, and then you check to see if any fights happen. And a fight happens if the neighborhood has all 3 of its action spaces full. Then you flip over those 3 tokens. You generate or tally whoever has the highest strength. And there's a tiebreaker. It's whoever is closest to the first action space of that neighborhood. Whoever has the highest strength wins influence over that neighborhood, and you get to put one of your markers there. So again, if somebody uses the neighborhood action, you get $1. But more importantly, obviously, you have one of your action or your influence markers out there. So I guess the last thing I'm going to talk about is the Penniless King. It's real quick. There's a track that kind of weaves around throughout these neighborhoods, and he's going to move. And sometimes he'll stop on these little seals that points to one of the neighborhoods, and it initiates a fight no matter how many people are there. You can use that to your advantage, obviously. But if he ever gets to the very end of the track, I guess he is hung. I don't really know all the story. It was a whole page of like a novella that I did not read. But it looks like he gets hung because it is a noose. So I'm assuming he has done stuff bad to his city, which is why he's called the Penniless King. And he's being led through the streets to the hangman noose to be, sentenced. But that will also end the game prematurely. Otherwise, whoever gets rid of all 6 of their influence markers wins. So anything else we'll bring up as we talk about it. George, let's start with you on this one.
Okay, well, one thing we could bring up, I don't think you mentioned the cards in the game. And those are obtained by going to certain spaces on the board, and they can massively swing it in your favor. They have a lot of various actions that can be played on your turn. And so there's a lot of trickery and surprise that you can pull with these cards.
Yeah, the cards were pretty nice. I think there's 2 of each card in the deck. The deck's not huge, so you're going to see probably most everything in one game, one playthrough. But at least there's a use for each card. There's some games where they have some ones that might not be so useful, but really there's a time and a place that each card kind of shines. And
you have a hand of them. Sorry, Tim. You have a hand, so you can sort of make things go in your particular way in order to have them ready to pull off a big play.
Right.
Yeah. And I was going to mention that, Eric, this is one of those games where all of the cards feel good.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just get one and be like, I drew that card.
Yeah, I drew the useless one, right.
Yeah. So exactly. They all feel like they have a really cool use to them. Yep. There might be one that is meh, and it's like, you get $1, or like every other player who has like $5 or more gives you $1. So maybe that one would downgrade with lower player counts.
Right.
But otherwise, it's still pretty good.
Yeah, I was surprised by this one. I wasn't expecting much. And I have to say, I truly enjoyed this game. This is a game where it's only 30 minutes to play. And
that's pretty quick.
There's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of kind of take that going on, which I typically don't enjoy. But in this, it just is part of the game. It didn't feel onerous at all.
Yeah. So there's so many things that happen in terms of the Lida takes that, and everybody's kind of involved in it. You might have a couple people involved in one, and you're kicking off a third person. There's a lot of pokes here and there where it doesn't really feel like you got poked very hard at any one given time.
Yeah, and there's enough going on with the cards, with the king moving and setting off fights, with you being able to set off fights if you want, that you can put together some really clever moves, and it just feels good.
Yeah, for sure. And I just like the idea that this game's pace is fast.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like the action spaces are that dramatically different.
No. Yeah,
like everywhere has a space to get $1.
$1 a card, or what's
but it is
one?
Nice that there's this bluffing aspect to it too, because one of your starting characters is the beggar who has 0 strength, and you're not going to win much with that character. But if you lose,
well, you're only going to win if everybody else basically puts their beggar out, and you have it on the the first of the track.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's not going to happen very often.
Most of the time, you're going to be putting out there as a bluff.
Yeah.
Because if you don't really care to win the influence over that neighborhood, whoever wins it actually has to pay you $1.
Yeah, and you need money. So, money is tight in this game. It's so important. But again, not in a bad way. There wasn't anything about this game that struck me, as a bad note. It was. The one possible thing is the fact that toward the end of the game, everyone is trying to make sure that the leader doesn't win. And
I was going to bring that up, but even on a more concisely, really, you're kind of responsible for the next guy down the line. So George is after me. I'm like, all right, well, I can see George is able to win here or here. Well, I got to stop that.
Absolutely.
So I have to stop that. And then George on his turn, I mean, the better players are going to obviously look at the game state, and they can determine, you're one influence away.
Yep.
Tim can get it from this spot. So you have to stop him from doing that. So it does get into that kind of end game play, and that's not really my not really forte, but that's not what I like about the game. I guess that's a little bit of a downside.
It's a niggle, but the game is so fast that it can't go on for too long, even as it's going.
You're already gonna stop them for so long, right?
And the purpose of the cards in here is, I think, to sort of break that pattern, because if you have something that people can't predict,
it's a card
that you can pull off,
and even in moving the penniless, the king.
Yeah.
So you're trying to make a play during the end where you can typically put out 2 influence and win the game that way.
Yeah, and you're just going to feel really clever when you do.
Well, I mean, there's also that area that you could put your influence marker out if you have money, and people can't really stop you there.
That's true.
I guess in order to do that, you do have to play the go into the neighborhood that has that bonus action to be able to play there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if people are trying to stop you, then it gets full. They have a fight. Every time there's a fight, those guys go back to the player's hands, and now it's free to put out there again. You don't have to win influence over it. You just have to put somebody there. So that's what I like about the game, is that if you didn't have a way to permanently get rid of influence and people are always fighting the leader, it would feel perpetual in that way.
Yes.
Right.
So that bash the leader type thing, the Munchkin-y style ending isn't really it's there, but it doesn't feel burdensome. It doesn't really bring the game down.
It's not,
but it's going to happen.
Yes, it's going to happen to a degree, but it definitely doesn't get to the stage of like kill Dr. Lucky or something where you just you just feel like, oh well, they had one more thing than I did, they win.
Yeah, What did you think about? Because I thought it was pretty clever how they did the different rogue tokens, where you put your faction symbol slotted into the top.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool because you draw from the bag and you get a cool special character.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So each game that you play, people have different stuff, and you're like, where did he put that guy? And which is really cool because then there's this one neighborhood action that allows you to swap 2 of the rogues out on the board. So if you're kind of paying attention, you can be like, get out of here.
Yeah, it's so good.
Get out of here with your 3-streak dude.
It's so good. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if everybody else cares or not, but there is another game that's very similar to this. This is a role-playing tale game. It's Lockup.
Yes.
It's similar. They are much different than each other.
Oh, yeah.
But it's similar in the fact that you're putting guys down face down that have strength on the bottom.
Yep.
That one's more of a worker, not really worker placement, like area control. This one isn't necessarily area control.
Well, it is, but just on a smaller scale.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a worker placement, and then the fight thing is what the area control is, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I think this game is superior to the Lockup role player tale.
Superior. Whoa.
Yeah.
Blasphemy.
Yeah, just a number of factors for me. One is the playtime and the feel in a shorter playtime with all the amount of bluffing and trickery. It's elegant. It's well done.
It is well done. I think for what it's doing, what it gets across, it definitely is it's refined what it's trying to do in a very small setting. The board's really cool the way it's cut out too.
The art in general is really good.
Yeah. I don't think it replaces Lockup for me, but I would probably get this one to the table more.
Yep.
Not that it's a bad thing, because Lockup just is it's not really that big of a game, but it's a longer game.
Yeah.
A little bit more rules. This is easier to just kind of throw out there. I mean, you could teach this thing and literally, I literally almost taught you all the rules. That's
right. Yeah. 5 minutes.
Yeah. It's a 5 to 10 minute teach for sure.
Right.
Yeah. It's very adversarial experience. You have to be ready for that. It's an in your face game.
Sure.
That's true. Lockup doesn't have that as much because it all resolves at the same time. This one is tactical, because you're putting out, it's oh man, you got to put somebody there because otherwise George is going to get it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I actually, I have to admit, I had, a bad reaction at the start of the play in this game because I got upset. I was like, are you really going to mess with me again? You just did that to me 2 other times. Now you're doing it again. What is happening? And I got mad. I honestly did. And then I had to catch myself and say, hang on, it's this kind of game. You just have to go with it.
Yeah. It's not like the game that, the game's all fine and everything. And eventually it's like, oh, you lose a turn. Why is that even in this game? This is a game. It's designed around what you're
It's not like that, but the whole game is just, yeah, you had a plan. No, you don't. I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And once you sort of embrace that kind of tactical nature of the game and let go of strategy.
Yeah.
Just sort
there's not really a long-term strategy.
Moment.
You can't be like, I'm going to do this and then this and then this.
You can set up clever moves, but only tactically, only things that sort of happen in the moment.
Yeah.
But in that regard, it's really
in the moment
good.
is actually a really good way to put it. when it's your turn, that's when you like look at the board state and you're like, okay,
yeah, this is
what am I trying to
happening.
accomplish now? Right.
And who am I messing with? And they aren't going to get mad about it like George did.
Yeah.
But I got over it.
Well, cool. We're going to wrap this one up. Do you want to add anything else before we end?
No, that's it for me.
I think it's a winner.
Yeah, I am absolutely buying this. I'm actually getting a present for my brother, and I'm going to be adding this on to get free shipping.
Nice.
So we'll be in touch, Eric.
All right.
if you're interested in the free shipping. Anyway, that is the Court of Miracles. And next up is Cursed Court.
This is a 2017 game. The designer is Andrew Hansen. The artist is Lee Moyer, and the publisher is Atlas Games.
So in Cursed Court, players are going to be speculating and gambling on spaces on the board based on these cards that are being flopped out. The way the game kind of works is the game plays over 3 years, and at the beginning of each year, you're going to place a card between each player. So there's going to be a card on your left between your left player and a card between you and the player on your right. You get to look at those. Nobody else can unless they're the people that are sitting right next to the card. So you know a little bit of information, but you don't know all the information. And then each year, you're going to flip out a new card from the top of the deck, bid, flip out another card, bid, flip out another card, bid, flip out a final card, the fourth card, bid, and then that will be the end of the year. You do some scoring, and you're going to do that 3 times. So you basically play the game 3 times, keeping your score between each game. When the card flips out, you get to bid. The way this kind of works is there's a deck of cards that there's 9 different cards in the game. Those are the 9 nobles or royalty or whatever they are on the main board, like king, queen, bishop, jester, things like that. They're in a 3x3 grid. So you can bid on one of those spaces if you want. You could also put a bid marker on one of the regions, which are basically like a pattern. You're bidding on a pattern. So maybe you're bidding on like the center row or like the bottom row. So you think like the jester, and I can't remember all their names. I'm just looking at the pictures, but maybe the bottom 3, or maybe you bid on the region that says the 4 corners, things like that. You can get booted off. Everybody has these 20 bidding chips. These are not victory points in any way. But when you place a bid marker, you put chips underneath of it to strengthen it, because somebody can only boot you off that space if they put double or more amount of chips instead. So if I put 4, I could be booted off with 8 or more chips. Obviously, you only have 20, so if somebody puts out 11, you've locked that in. When you get booted off, you do get to play your piece back out. So at the end of the first round, everyone should have 1 bid marker in play. At the end of the second round, everybody will have 2 bid markers, so on and so forth until the 4th round, and everybody has all 4 of their markers out. So if you get like 3 things knocked off in the 3rd round, you get to play all those back out there before you continue on to the 4th round. At the end of the 4th round, you will have 4 cards that are face up on the table, and then everybody will reveal all the cards that were between them and add them to it as well. And then you do scoring. So you move everything off the board that didn't score, and then you get points based on 2 things. One, if you placed a bid marker on one of the 9 like pictures of the nobles or royalty or whatever they are, you will get 1, 2, 5, or 8 points, depending on if there were 1, 2, 3, or 4 copies of that card. There's only 4 copies of each card at the end of the year. If you bid on one of the patterns of the regions or whatever, you'll get 3 or 4 points, depending on if the pattern is made up of 3 or 4 cards. So that's how you get points. You reset the entire game, basically. You play another year, you reset the game, you play a 3rd year. Whoever has the most points is the winner. Pretty sure I just taught you every rule in the game. minus like there's like some alternate rules at the end of the rule book, but we did not use those, such as you can provide your own poker chip set and actually use those instead of the bidding chips. But then those actually become victory points. I think it's whoever wins the most spots or points at the end of each year. They collect all the bidding chips as well. So there's some cool variants that I would like to try out, but we don't really ever play the variants too much. So Eric, let's start with you. What you think about this gambling game?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting. It is pretty easy to teach, like you said, and it's light and plays quick. If you're looking for something that's 6 players, plays quick and easy to teach, yeah, I would definitely bring this one out or pick it up. So it's a light deduction, bluffing type of elements that gets tossed in there.
Some would say strategic deduction.
Yeah, some
see our previous episode.
Would say that. So, you can go out there, and since, there's a lot of other players, the way that they're going to gather information in this game is basically on where you're bidding. If you're saying, I'm bidding this line, they're going to deduce some kind of information. You at least know something about that line.
Or they're bluffing.
Or they're bluffing. So,
which is a dangerous game.
Right. So I did like that aspect about it. I also like that the bidding mechanic is pretty different than what I've seen in other games, where you do have 20 chips every year that you're bidding with. So 11 chips, guarantees you where whatever, as long as you're first to go there. But also, if you're bidding, say, 6 chips. Someone is going to have to, if they want to take that from you, they're going to have to put in the majority of their chips. They're going to have to put, double. So they're going to have to give you 12 chips or put down 12 chips. And you get those back. So now you have more bidding power to go somewhere else. So it was pretty interesting. I liked it.
Yeah, I really like the bidding part because I'm not a big fan of games that money is your victory points as well. Because then it becomes a juggling game of, well, I can spend this 1 victory point and I have to make sure I make 2 back.
Yeah, or I can spend 5 here and get 3 back, or I can spend 8 here or get 4 back.
Yeah, it's like, so it's cool that it's just like a strength to the bid that you put out. And then, because you get all that back. If somebody bumps you, you take that whole stack back. You don't like lose those chips.
Mm-hmm.
So I love the bidding in this.
Yeah, I'm with you.
George, how'd you feel about this one?
I'm going to sound like a broken record this week because this is another game that took me by surprise. When I saw the game, I thought, that's ugly.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That box.
So if you look at the game board or maybe even the box, it looks like it's something that may be designed in like maybe the 90s or the 80s or something. Now the card arts and the people art is fine. I liked it, but just the design of the board itself.
I was hesitant. It was for sure.
It's a little amateur put together, but the gameplay and the mechanics was fun.
Yep, I agree with you. The gameplay is really sharp here. I love the way the bidding works, like you said, Tim. I really like the fact that it's sort of like a combination of, roulette. That's the one where you say,
roulette.
Yeah, roulette.
I want this number or whatever.
Right.
But you don't know what's coming, and then more cards are coming, and maybe it's gonna hit on what you said.
Yeah.
And the deduction part of it, trying to figure out what people know by what they have done so far, and do you take that risk of bluffing and taking something you don't even really want just to throw people off when these spaces are going to fill up, and then you could just be left out in the cold, or you just go for what you know is there and give everyone information. It's so good. There's so many spaces on the board that can be bet on, and so much possibility as the game goes on that you never really feel that there's nothing for you to do. And sometimes a long shot comes in, and it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm actually appreciative that Eric picked this up for me, and I wonder, Eric, would you have kept it for yourself if we played it beforehand?
I don't know. It would have been hard. Trying to not to get too many games. I'm trying to
slim down
the collection here, but yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I will say even though we have the physical copy, we did play this on Tabletop Simulator, very shoddily put together because it's just using like player pawn pieces and stuff.
Yeah.
But actually having the physical copy, the player pieces and the chips and everything are super nice.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all custom the player bidding pieces are like these like pointy looking crowns. Hopefully they don't break or anything because they are kind of like sharp. Not sharp, but like thin, pointy.
Yeah.
The poker chips that you use for the game, they're all custom. I mean, I think it's just one poker chip that they used in different colors. But, I mean, I could imagine if you were playing it in person, you've got the people going like over and over, like clicking the poker chips in a stack.
Yeah.
I'm totally playing this with Matt because he's absolutely going to do that. He's going to like roll them in his fingers and stuff. They're not like weighty, they're pretty light, but they are thick. So the components in the game are actually pretty nice. I'm not thrilled about the art on the board.
I am not.
It looks kind of, the board looks like trash, honestly.
Well, I'll say
the card art isn't bad.
Well,
I mean, it's not amazing, but
I didn't mind
it's okay.
What?
Right.
I don't know. I don't like the art. I'll just say it. I don't like the
you don't like the card art either?
Not particularly, just for the theme of it. And theme isn't important in this game. It's the gameplay that's important. But with that being said, why not have it? I don't know. I'm kind of waiting on a retheme on this one,
There is a little bit of interesting theme portions that I think maybe George has missed, which I don't know if he'll appreciate it or not, but all the regions on the board actually have a name to them. So like you might get one that's like 3 in a row, but it's called affair. And so if you look who's involved in the affair, or there's one that's called a wedding. And so it's the king and the queen and the duke. So there is a little bit, but I don't know how like
I kind of missed that as well, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know how it's like, I mean, that's not super thematic, but I don't get the cursed court thing. I mean, it's in the rules, as the little storyline. Right. It's not necessary in the slightest. This game could actually have no art and still function. Just have 9 colors.
Right.
Speaking of colors, though, we were talking about this before, and I'm not thrilled with the 4 player colors that they chose to put in the game. It's like this bright red and green, or bright red and yellow and orange. But I do have the extra colors, which is like a bronze, silver, gold type of thing. I actually wish those were 3 of the colors in the, like, they should just did all metallics, because the plastic that they use, the color of the plastic, looks really good.
Gotcha.
But very minor thing that's not even probably worth mentioning for the most part. But
yeah,
since we're talking about like the look of the game, I think if they did a second edition, they wouldn't have to really do much for the gameplay. But if they revamped the art and made it a little bit more cohesive with the colors of the components and everything, I think it could look really slick.
Yeah.
Just change it to Everdell art.
There you go.
There was a review or a comment on the rating for this game that said basically a 5 minute or a $50 game for a 5-minute filler. How do you feel about that?
Oh, it's not 5 minutes. What? No, this is a long game.
I don't think it's
this is a night of gambling. This is not like.
I don't know if it's that long.
No, I think it was like 45 minutes or something. So definitely in a filler plus category. You are playing a kind of a mini game, and you're just playing it 3 times, and maybe that's kind of what they're referencing on the 5 minutes.
Okay,
because you're doing 3 nights, but each night you're playing the same game.
Yeah, that's true. But it's 20 minutes per mini game. Let's say.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm trying to load it, but BG Stats has done something weird where it feels like it needs to load all the thumbnails of the game before you can click on one.
Oh yeah.
So
it takes you some time because you have to think a good bit about where you're going to go. You have options, and then
it was ours.
You kick somebody out, and now they have to rethink where they're going to put their piece. There's a lot of back and forth. It's not as quick as roulette.
Yeah, it was hour 20 for us, and that was at 5 players.
Okay, which is fair.
That's not bad. I mean, I actually didn't mind the length of the game at all.
This game is going to shine at higher player counts. You wouldn't play this game with 2 or 3. You just wouldn't.
No, I don't think so. The game plays up to 6. I think 5 and 6 is probably going to be the best.
Yeah.
The only bad thing about it is even though with 5 and 6, like with 5 players, you have 5 cards, right? Plus the 4. So you have 9 cards that are coming out. With a 6th player, you would have 6 plus 4. So you have 10 cards. I mean, 1 card is not that big of a deal.
Right.
There's 27 spaces on the board. There's 9 nobles or whatever they're called. And then there's 18 region or patterns or whatever you want to call them, spaces. Everybody's got 4 bidding markers. So at 6 players, you've got 24 of the 27. So people are going to get screwed on their bids no matter what, because they're going to have to take spots that don't mean anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Typically.
Yeah.
It's very unlikely that everything will score.
Spots.
And I love the fact.
Yeah, you would have to leave.
With the bidding, sorry. I love the fact that you can't really mess yourself up by totally overbidding, and you can't pull ahead by overbidding. Like, if you hit, it's not like, a poker game where you're like, I'm all in, and then I get nothing. Now I'm out of the game. It's something in between that, because you put a whole bunch of chips on there, you're still only getting 3 or 4 points. That's it. No matter how many chips you put out.
You reinforced it maybe for no reason.
Yeah.
So if you're reinforcing it, you either may have a strong bluff to where somebody's going to bump you off in round 3 or 4 of the year, or by the end of the year, you have enough chips saved up to where you can snatch something that is useful and get points out of it. So it's a really cool betting mechanism. I love the fact that the bidding chips are separate from the victory points.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing else I'd wish, though, I like that the scoring on the 9 spaces is kind of dramatic, where it's that 1, 2, 5, 8. Because 4 copies of a card coming out is crazy, and that's gonna be a really fought over space if people figure that out.
Right.
But the patterns, it's just 3 or 4 points. It would be kind of neat, because in the rule book it says you don't get extra points. Like, for instance, if 2 copies of 3 cards came out, which made that pattern happen twice, you don't get it twice. You just get it once.
Oh, right.
But if there's like maybe an alternate rule is you do get you get double the points if there's 2 of that set. Because if people figure that out, that's going to be a really fought over space.
Right.
But the chances of that happening is so slim that
it is. So maybe that's why they chose not to do that, because it would be super lucky at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess the only other variant that they can add on to that type of giving you victory points is maybe a card per in that set. If you do the bottom line, you get a card or a victory point per card on that bottom line.
Yeah.
So you got that set, which is 3 already, and then if there's 2 of one character, you get an additional point.
Yeah,
that might work. Just to give it a little bit more variety in the victory points.
They could have added more spaces for like a plus pattern or like an X to have 5.
Oh yeah.
That'd be
you want to go very gambly.
Very gambly, but yeah, I mean that's 5 points. That's huge.
Yeah. I'm just not a fan of the art, though. It really takes it down a notch for me. It's sort of that same art that they have for the new version of Coup, where they have these just weird sci-fi people, and it's high
sci-fi renaissance.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I feel like we have here, without the sci-fi mostly. But it has that same sort of realistic art, and it's just like
we don't like realistic art.
I mean, it looks like a person. It looks it's made to look like a person, But
it's almost like they took pictures of people in costume.
Yeah, but you don't know who these people are, and you don't care.
But it's cheesy.
It's cheesy. The art is cheesy. They could have done so much else.
Here's the interesting thing. It's either they do something like this or they do a casino style thing. But I think if it was casino style, it would turn it off to gamers, but it would probably do better in the casual market, like on the mass market.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it would really feel cheesy that way. So I'm kind of glad they did put at least this crappy art and not like, they didn't make it actually look like a roulette board or something.
I would prefer anything else where it was, like some sort of IP that I knew,
That's true.
Like,
I mean, this could easily be rethemed like Game of Thrones style or something.
You could retheme it as The Mandalorian. I don't care. You know,
I mean, just Game of Thrones is kind of like the cursed court. You know what I mean? Like they could totally use
that'd be beautiful. Yeah, I'd be into that.
And it's so simple and light as far as rule sets, but still involving that. I mean, I think it would do really well.
Yeah.
Now that Game of Thrones is off the air. No.
Too late.
Well, anyway, we're going to wrap this one up. So any final things you want to say, or are you good?
No,
I liked it.
Yep. Really
cool.
Nice.
I'm going to pick this one up. Oh, wait, I have it. Anyway, that is Cursed Court. The third game on this episode we're talking about is GoodCritters. It has no space in between the words. if you look this up, it's GoodCritters. Yeah, it is interesting to find that way. Go ahead, George.
A 2018 game. This is designed by Fabian Zimmerman. The artists are Valerio Buonfantino and Stephen Gibson, and the publisher is Arcane Wonders.
Basically, you pulled off a heist. You're getting a bunch of money. You're fighting over who gets this split. That's like the concept of the game, essentially. But everybody has a character. The characters really, they don't have any special powers or anything. They're just a character that looks cool. And you have these 5 voting cards that we'll come back to in a second. There's a huge stack of loot cards. You're going to flip over so many of these based on the player count. I think it was a card per player plus 2, something like that. That's going to generate the pool of cards that will be split this round. Whoever is the boss is going to split that as they see fit. They'll put cards in front of other players, maybe in front of themselves, and they'll be like, yeah, I think that's a good split. What do you guys think? And everybody else is going to choose one of the voting cards in their hand, put it face down, and then in player order, starting with the boss, they'll reveal these cards one at a time. In addition to these cards, though, you also have these, I don't remember the actual term for it, but they're basically like threat tokens that you can place. You have one. You can place it in front of another player. You're basically saying, I'm going to rob you. Now, whether or not you actually play that card is up in the air. But there's reasons that you want to put this token in front of other players to kind of scare them or threaten them into not playing a specific card. Starting with the boss, they will flip over their vote card and they'll resolve it. Then it'll be the next player, et cetera, et cetera. The cards are pretty simple. There's a yes or a no. So if you flip over yes, you're like, I'm good with this split. If you flip over a no, you're like, no, I'm not. The first player to flip over the skim card is going to take a loot off the top of the deck and keep it. So obviously, if you think the boss might be trying to skim the deck, you might threaten them a bunch, but maybe you're just threatening them so you can play the skim card. There's also 2 other cards. When you're threatening, when you flip over the rob, or if you had played the rob card and flipped it, whoever your threat token's in front of, you will rob them. So you randomly grab a card from their hand and keep it. However, if somebody flips over the guard card, when you rob them, or whatever, they're protected versus robbery, and they get to rob from you instead. That's most the rules of the game that I care really to go through. But basically, last thing is, if majority of the yes no cards are yes, the boss will keep the boss token and do the next round. But if it's a no, then I believe doesn't that stop it? No one gets any cards, and then it goes to the next player to decide.
Yeah, it goes to the first person that said no. They become
the first
the new
person
boss.
that said no. That's what it was.
And if it's a yes no, then it'll go to the next person to become boss. The boss will change in that case.
Yeah.
So you're all right with it. You're gonna go ahead and split everything, but the next round starts with the new boss.
Cool. So you will keep doing this until the deck essentially runs out, because before you start the game, you seed like an in-game card in the very lower part of the deck. And if that comes out, that's kind of like the last round, or there's one more round after it. I can't remember.
It's the fuzz.
It's the fuzz. That's right. So they're going to break up your party.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's when the game ends. You count up the points you have, and whoever's the most is the winner.
Mm-hmm.
George, let's start with you real quick, because I got to take a drink of water.
All right. Well, this is a tough one for me, because I did enjoy the game. And again, as with every game we've talked about tonight, I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Maybe I was just in a bad mood.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't think so.
He was like, bad mood going in, but he was like, I guess it was all right.
And the theme of the game kind of turned me off right from the start because it's like,
Oh, what?
it's
Oh, yeah,
critters,
you don't
but I
like...
don't like critters that are like, and now we're also a
Oh,
mafia.
God.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, what? But
Right, that's not what critters do.
that's right. They don't. So I wasn't into that theme, but it really doesn't matter. The theme doesn't matter. It is
Right.
just, you have a bunch of actions that you can do, and you don't even particularly think about the mafia aspect of it.
No.
Yeah, which I actually just butt in real quick. I guess this re-implements a game that was previously out called, I'm going to butcher the name of Tifi Tashin.
If you say so.
So they rethemed it. Yeah, they rethemed it into Good Critters.
Okay, well, they were trying, I guess.
Yeah.
The best good critter, by the way, is Tooth.
Yes.
Toofs. He's like an alligator.
It's not teeth. It's not the
Toofs.
teeth gang. It's tooth, just one.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. So I did enjoy the gameplay, and I like the table talk that we were saying. I'm going to steal your stuff, and even though I'm not, and it was
The threat token was by far the best thing in the game.
Yeah.
yeah, that was pretty good. It was fun. I like those kind of mechanisms. I like them in other games. It's just the thing that holds me back on this one is the amount that we're talking about. The denominations of 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, like most of the time. It's such paltry
I think 5
amount.
is
It's
the
such a
highest.
paltry amount.
Right. Who would actually go and rob a bank and only
Yeah,
get
I mean,
that small amount
they
of
could-
money?
That's not what I mean. I mean,
I think what he's saying is they could easily put some set collection stuff
Yes,
in it
yes.
as well.
No, I think there is, and it's hinted at in the rule book, that it doesn't matter what it is right now, but I guess they're planning an expansion where that might matter down the
I
line.
see. The game is a whole lot like Cash and Guns, and they
Right.
made a revamped Cash and Guns that included more set collection, and I think that's what they need to plan with this one as well, because it just felt really chintzy to be like, ooh, I rob you and I take one card. Oh, it's okay, 2,000. Who cares?
Yeah.
And the game was the same over and over and over and over.
It
Pretty
was
proud.
because this game does lend itself to a ton of table talk. And if you don't keep that in check, then each round could be 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And like, you take this game, it's supposed to be like, 30 or 40 minutes
Yeah,
at most,
yeah.
probably. And you drag it out to like an hour and a half because people are just arguing and bickering with each other, and threat tokens are being moved and replaced and
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, which is fun.
Oh, you can do that? Well, I'm going to change mine.
That-
Oh, you change yours, I'm going to change mine.
Exactly. Which is
Yeah.
fun. That's a fun way to
So-
do it, but at the same time,
Should have came with an
there's not
hourglass.
enough. There's not enough riding on it to make that big a deal. So
Which actually, I did like that a little better. So in Cash and Guns, someone points their gun at you, and you have to either be like, is it a click or is it a bag?
Yeah.
And do I want to stay in for it? Where in this one, if someone threatens you, you can be like, are they threatening me? Yeah, that would maybe get my card if they end up robbing me, but I'm still part of the loot. I still get whatever I was going to get.
right.
Or if I really think that they're gonna rob me, then I can guard myself, and I'll still get my loot, and I'll steal one from them. So
If enough other people you vote yes, though.
Right.
yeah, that's true.
It is worth noting that the rulebook does promote like deal making as
Yeah.
well.
Mhm.
Like, I don't think you could trade, or it does come with some cards that are actual, like, they look like dollar bills.
Yeah, they're
that you get-
they're worth $1,000 each. Mm-hmm.
They're worth $1,000 each, but these stay out in front of you. They're not part of your hand. They can't be robbed, but you can use these as, like trade
Yeah.
deals. Like, hey, you know what? I'll give you 1,000 if you dump another card my way in this split. Things like
Yeah.
that. So it does have a little bit of incentive to do some table talk and deal making and future deal making, whereas Cash and Guns and games like that, they don't have that. I mean,
Yes.
Cash and
Yeah.
Guns just seems like you see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sorry, but just real quickly, since I brought up Cash and
go
Guns, the difference here is in Cash and Guns, the tension is greater. The stakes are higher.
Yes, I agree.
And we're only really comparing these because they're both a game where stuff comes out after a heist and you're trying to split the loot.
Well, yes.
They are
They're
kind of
really
different
similar.
games.
Yeah, they're different.
They're similar, but
it's
they're
kind of a similar
Yeah.
feel. It is, it is.
Yeah.
But, but yeah.
Well, the reason that they give you the $1,000 bills basically is they also give you these yes/no tokens, and you can request somebody to vote a certain way. Like, Tim, I'll give you $2,000. I want you to vote yes. And if Tim votes if yes, he'll get that $2,000 as a for sure thing. Otherwise, you can also do stuff like, all right, Tim, I'll give you, $5,000 if you do something. I don't have to keep my word on it because we're gangsters.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Those yes/no tokens are like contracts.
Yeah.
I broke a contract. I get my money back.
Right.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it's got a pretty decent price point. It's like what, $20 or something.
Oh well,
Probably so.
I mean, it's a deck of cards
like $18.
basically and some standees.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It is.
It's
Make
fun.
it shorter. It's fun.
Well, I think it's hard to call this game and say that the game's too long because it really depends on the players.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I will say we played it online, which is going to take a little extra time
Always.
as well. But we also played it on tabletop where I believe it messed up where the fuzz card went. So we played the majority of the cards in the deck where we were actually supposed to end maybe a round or two previously.
Yeah, I mean it's just 1 or 2 rounds, but depending on how long your players are dragging those rounds out, that's another 20 minutes. Like a 2 or 3 minute timer on the discussion portion and separating the for the boss to move the cards around and stuff is probably a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I need to give it another chance in real life, I think.
Yeah. I might actually end up picking this one up. I think I liked it quite a bit. I do like these games where it's like you pull off a heist and you're trying to separate the loot. I think that's just a kind of a fascinating topic. Like, I like the cash and guns better because it comes with foam guns, but I love, if I had to give one thing I love about the game, that threat token is awesome.
Yes.
Because it's just so subtle. You just slide it. Hey, Eric, slide. Because maybe you put your threat token on me and I'm like, okay, I'll threat you back. And now it's like, you know what? Let's just don't do that, guys. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool moments out of that.
Yeah, they did some nice things with such a simple mechanic, for sure.
All right. Anything else? We're wrapping it up?
Yeah. I think I'll pick this one up eventually. I won't rush out and get it, but yeah.
I'll play your copy.
I'll keep a lookout.
That's fair. Yeah, not all of us need this. It plays up to 8.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, anyway, that is Good Critters. All one word. So the last game we're talking about on this episode is Llama.
This is a 2019 game. The designer is Reiner Knizia. The artists, how are there 3 artists in this game? There are 3 of them, Ray Summercamp, Barbara Spelger, and Tomas Samoljic. And
that is, they must have went together and did the box art and helped each other do the llama. Because the numbers,
I'm honestly not sure.
Is llama numbers.
There's not a lot of art in the game, but it's published by Amigo.
Yeah, I think there's different artists for the different versions of different countries. Because if you look at some of the screenshots, the llama is different on that one than the version we played.
Oh, I see. And so we got the weird llama.
Hey, we got the cool story, bro. Like llama, because he's got the sunglasses on. Either that or Thug Life, one of the two.
No, but that's the one we played online. But the one that is on our shores that you can get in person is this one right here. And
oh yeah, that's true. That's true. The crazy one is like you got the scarf. He's like, all right, guys. This is a 2019 Spiel winner, so we're gonna go into it knowing that ahead of time. This game is a simple card game. Very Uno style game where you're trying to go out and get all the cards out of your hand. You don't necessarily win the game at that point, though. The deck is made up of multiple copies of the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then a llama. Basically, you'll get a hand of cards. A card gets flipped out in the middle of the table. On your turn, you have to play a card from your hand or draw a card. The card you can play has to be the same number or one higher. So if there's a 4 out there, you have to play a 4 or a 5. If there's a 6, you can play a 6 or a llama. If there's a llama, you can play a llama or a 1. So that's how it wraps back around. You can never play lower numbers. On your turn, you can also decide to drop out. I don't remember what it's actually called, quitting.
No, we kept on calling it quitting, but it's something else. There's a different term.
We'll call it drop out. But when you drop out, you basically fold your cards, put them on the table in front of you, and you wait for everybody else to finish. If somebody plays their last card, I guess if they have one last card left, they say llama, because that's the Uno thing to do.
You don't have to. It's not in the rules.
Oh, okay, gotcha. You told us that. I just expected it to be an actual rule.
I didn't want to have to pay attention is really why that happened.
That's a good point. But if you do play your last card, the round immediately ends, and then everybody scores. So the way you score is you get points. There's denominations of 1s and 10s, the little chips. You get a point for every unique card that you have. So if you have 3 copies of 5, you only actually get 5 points. If you have a 3 and a 4, you get 7. If you went out, you get to return one of your chips back to the bag, and they could be a 1 or a 10. Obviously, at this point, you're kind of thinking lowest score wins. Yes. Whenever somebody gets 40 points, or whenever at the end of a round, when everybody drops out, or at least one person llamas out, or whatever you want to call it.
Llamas out.
Yeah, you get points. And if anybody ever gets 40 points at that point, the game ends, and then whoever has the least score wins. Kind of like golf. So I will say this. I'll start with this one. And I'm buying this. I'm not sure if I would necessarily say it's a Spiel winner. It is really good.
Sorry, I need to clarify that. It is a Spiel nominee. It is not a Spiel winner.
Is it a nominee? I saw the
2019. It was nominated in a year in which the nominations were the weakest I've ever seen. It was this one and a game called Just One and a game called Werewords.
Just One won then, didn't it?
It did.
Okay. Yeah, I zoomed in on the artwork of the box, and you're right. Nominated for Spiel des Jahres.
Yeah.
That nominated is so small. They put a giant.
Spiel.
Yeah. They
Nominated.
put the normal symbol there. Instead of saying Spiel winner, it's like nominated for.
Yeah, it's just that year was something else. You've got Werewords, which is 20 questions, basically. And then you've got this game, which is like Uno. And then you've got Just One, which is kind of like Hive Mind, or What Were You Thinking? Like nothing original in that whole selection.
It's all like almost public domain style stuff.
Yeah, do it yourself, honestly.
Yeah. Well, coming back to this game, though, I do actually enjoy it more so than Uno, because it does have this unique scoring method. You might have a hand of 5 cards and you go out because maybe all 5 or 5 of them. There's like 3 1s, 4 1s, and a 2.
Yeah,
whatever. It's not even worth staying in at that point.
Yeah, this game is much more clever than I thought at first glance, and
yeah, right.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. I really did.
So because you have that I can't play anything, and you have that push your luck mentality where is the next person going to go out soon, and you can see how many cards everybody has. So you have to take that into consideration that I pick up another card that's possibly going to add points to my hand, or
I get real quick. I guess I didn't even mention that, but yeah, if you don't have a card to play, you can draw a card. You don't have to quit.
Yeah. So the 3, you're either playing a card, you're drawing, you're playing a card, drawing a card, or you're passing, and you're just going to get the points for what's in your hand.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a push your luck. Do you draw the card and keep trying or not?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the cool thing about it, is it does have that push your luck aspect built into it, whereas Uno and things like that don't.
Yeah.
It's just luck.
I made you draw 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this actually has some cool tactical thought to it because it's like, yeah, I kind of want to stay in, you know, because maybe Eric has a hand of 6 cards and he's not going out, so he has all different cards, you know, or, you know.
Yep.
Just cool thought process for a small little card game.
At the very end, if you are the last person who hasn't gone out and laid down your cards and said, I'm taking the points, if you're the last one still playing, you are not able to draw any more cards. You only can play out what's in your hand.
You can keep on playing, right? Yeah.
But you can. So if you've set it up to where when people have all gone out,
you got like a straight.
You have, yeah, exactly. You can do that kind of clever stuff. It's got more subtlety, this game, than you initially would give it credit for.
Yeah. Or even at that point, if you have 3 5s.
Yeah.
If you would have went out, you had 5 points. Otherwise, you're like, bam, 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 ha-ha.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's clever.
Yeah, it's got some really cool stuff to it. I mean, man, we played Uno the other day with my son and my mom. My mom. And because apparently it's a really good game for kids. I mean, I question that because there's so many other games, so they probably don't know what they're talking about. But you know, it's number identification, it's color identification. It's a very simple concept. Kids don't understand the luck versus risk reward, all that stuff.
Right.
They don't care. So it's like, do you have a 7 or do you have a blue card?
Yeah.
Yes.
So he actually ended up winning, which was really fun.
Yeah, the level of decision making is pretty simple. And in this one too, because you know, are you going to play a card? Are you going to play the next higher number? That's
yeah. And so what I was going to say is I wish I had went and bought this game before my little family game night. Because I'm probably going to buy this for sure.
My brother and I had a deck of Uno that we would take around with us and play with other kids, but we never played Uno. We played bullshit with it.
Fair enough. We'll censor that out. But
that's a legitimate game. That's a real game.
It is. It is. I think we always call it bull crap.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's fine. We're allowed one, right?
Yeah.
But no, it says 8+ on here, which I guess maybe you have to be a little older to kind of get the strategy, the subtle strategies we're talking about.
Maybe they don't want kids to choke on the chips.
I guess that could be it. Actually, you know, that could be something, because we were talking to Haba at one point and they were talking about like Rhino Hero.
Oh yeah.
Because they had that large. Eric, do you remember this conversation? They had the very large version they took to conventions and stuff.
Right.
Super size. But they couldn't really publish it because it actually violated a bunch of things based on the age range they wanted to publish it for. Uh-huh. So they couldn't really do it because I don't know. I didn't ask all the details, but because the card size and the weight and all this other stuff, they couldn't market it to the same audience, like the same age range as the original. Some weird stuff. So my point is the 8+, if they took the chips out of this and just used card scoring, they probably could say 6+ or something.
Kids would have been trapped under a collapsing building of Rhino Hero.
Yeah. I got, you know what? I think that's the thing, is because the game it would entice you to stand on a chair.
On a chair, right.
Because it would get so tall. That's actually what he told us.
Okay.
Yeah. So like they don't, at that point, you know, kids aren't, they're not making the best decisions. Yeah. So standing on the kitchen,
stack up 2 chairs,
putting 2 chairs on top of the kitchen table is not a very safe thing to do. And if your game is promoting that indirectly, so I can kind of see what they were doing, you know,
that's just extra dexterity knowledge. That's a bonus.
That could be good. Right.
Yeah. If you can't reach, you lose.
Not only can you stack these cards, you can stack a chair on a table. So
yeah, it's true. It's true. It's life skills. I mean, you got to change light bulbs that way anyway. No, I was kidding. Anyway, yep, I'm going to buy this one. What about you guys? Final thoughts?
Yeah, I didn't mind it. It's a light, quick game, so definitely good for families. You know,
yes.
I probably wouldn't mind playing it again. I'm not sure if I want to play it all the time, but yeah, I didn't mind it.
I already have a copy. I think it's tremendous. I played it with my family the other night. And I have, my grandma is, here with my parents and myself, and she's 96, and the last game that she played with us, I think it was Animals on Board. I think from that game she decided to never play a game with us again. Because it was just a little bit too much in the way of rules and a little bit too much in the way of scoring up points, even though it's a pretty, it's a family game, but she didn't like it. So she's gone a long time without playing any games with us, and that's why I got this one. I brought it out and I made sure she was still at the table, and I started playing it with my parents, and we're sitting there, and all it is can you play a card or the next higher one? And after a little while, my grandma starts telling my mom, well, can you play that number? Do you have the next higher one?
And then you suddenly just deal cards to her.
Yeah, it's like she knows the rules just by watching us do it for like 3 minutes, So it's perfect. So now she's gonna play with us, and she's back in.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, cool. All right, we're gonna wrap this one up. That was Llama, and now we're gonna talk about our top 5 board games with food, because this is probably going to come around Thanksgiving.
With any luck.
Or Christmas.
You eat during Christmas. You eat a lot in Christmas time anyway. So.
That's right.
Yeah.
Plenty of time to get this out.
Now, curiously, I don't know if you want to talk too much about this. Does your game heavily focus around food, or does it just have food in it? You know what I mean? Are we going to be surprised?
Mine's both.
Okay. Actually, this game is a feast for Odin.
That would be a good choice. Feast for Odin.
It would be a good choice.
It's got to be on your list.
Just like half of the game doesn't revolve around food, though. I mean, it does have
a feast for Odin.
Mine are pretty tangential, I'll admit.
I think I'm pretty literal with mine too on this top 5.
All right. we always come at things in a different way, so it's fine.
Yeah, I think that's kind of neat. It makes the list interesting. If you set all these rules and stuff, then we end up having the same games anyway. Yeah. So, all right, let's see. Who thinks they have the coolest number 1? Not that it matters or whatever. Who wants to do their number 1 last?
I'll go first.
You go first. All right, go ahead, Eric.
All right. So number 5 for me is Sushi Go. Basically, because I like sushi.
It's delicious.
I don't own this game anymore, but it is a lighter drafting game. You don't like sushi?
I don't like sushi. It feels like I'm biting into a bag of maggots.
Oh my gosh! I thought you were making that noise.
Talking about the game.
At the game, yeah. Like, do you?
No, I actually like Sushi Go. I like Sushi Go, but he said because I like sushi. I'm like, oh man, I've tried it so much. It's like raw fish in a little bag of maggots. And like,
do you like rice?
The rubbery lettuce stuff they use. Oh man.
Oh, are you talking about the, yeah.
Oh, I love everything about sushi. The wasabi. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, the wasabi.
I like
so
wasabi.
Good.
Yeah.
What do you eat your wasabi with?
What?
You like wasabi, but not sushi. Like California rolls type of...
California rolls, or like you can do like chicken and stuff. You just mix it up with some soy sauce and stuff and then dip it.
Yep, I agree. Delicious.
Yeah. Oh yeah, mixing that with soy sauce is pretty nice.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
Yeah,
and you got a little bit of ginger. Anyway, yeah,
yeah.
Making me hungry. Anyway, so if you don't have Sushi Go, you can get Sushi Go Party. It's a little bit more to that game, but yeah, so like I said, it's a light card drafting game. I'm sure everybody kind of already knows about it, so I won't go on.
I bought another game. What's it called? Sushi Draft. It looks like a straight ripoff, dude. Look this up. It's called Sushi Draft.
There's a Sushi Go dice game out. Sushi Go Dice or something.
Is it like a roll and write?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, look, Sushi Draft includes a deck of 32 sushi cards and 18 point tokens. Blah, blah, blah. Players simultaneously draft a card from their hand and reveal it, placing it up on the table. Then keep one card, pass the remainder to the neighbor. Draft and play. I'm just going to go on a limb here and say they ripped off Sushi Go.
Yeah.
Well, oddly enough, it's by Blue Orange.
I thought that too. It's like, if it was Game Right, I would understand because.
Oh, okay. Game Right. All right. Yeah.
But it's not. It's. Oh, actually, you know what? Sushi Go is Game Right.
That's right.
I'm getting it mixed up.
Yeah, I did too. I thought for some reason Blue Orange came out with Sushi Go. It is Game Right. So, yeah, good find.
Yeah. Everybody would say rather play Sushi Go.
But it does seem like Sushi Draft actually came out prior. It was 2012.
Oh.
Where Sushi Go was 2014. So Game Right
Dun, dun, dun.
took the ideal from Blue Orange.
Things have changed.
We just opened
I didn't notice
that can up.
Wow. That's okay. Okay, I stand corrected. Well, anyway, my number 5. Man, I'm disappointed I didn't see that. I guess Sushi Go did kind of rip off Sushi Draft. So stupid. Which is weird because Sushi Draft has like a 5.6, but Sushi Go has a 7.1.
It's so much more distributed. People are going to vote on that one.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder if it was a re-implementation. That would be the dun dun dun. No, it's not. Well, anyway, my number 5 is a cooperative game that we've talked about recently, and that is Walkstar.
Yes. Oh, that's a good one.
Well,
specifically second edition.
It's fun.
Yeah, I actually have this on my list. So,
yeah.
Oh,
that's cool. I was wondering if George might put it on there.
I might have, but I did not.
All right, cool. I say second edition, but yeah, I think it's second edition because the third edition I think changes some stuff quite a bit.
Oh,
I didn't even know there was so many editions.
Yeah.
But essentially, each player is controlling one of the food parts, I guess, ingredients, and all these dishes are coming out. You're trying to talk to each other. It's like, hey, can you give me 2 of these? Whatever. So it's a really fun co-op game.
Everybody's part of the same family running a restaurant.
Yeah.
It's a cooperative game. It's kind of like Overcooked. If anybody's played it, maybe.
So much fun.
Kind of like Overcooked. You're like, oh, I need this resource. we got a customer needing this type of meal, and we got to prep it with the ingredients that we have.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you're just basically trying to make enough money on opening night or whatever.
To stay
and it determines
in business.
how well you stay in business, right?
It's a fun game.
Such a fun game.
Absolutely. Okay, so my number 5, I just realized I have a picture of Llama, the game, behind me this whole time.
I mean, it could be a delicacy somewhere.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it kind of is because my first game is Samarkand, Rags to Riches. And this is a game where you have these trains of camels that you're moving through the desert. And as you go around the desert, going from one spot to another, you're picking up all these little pieces of trade goods. And you're trying to make these trains merge. I'll call them trains, but they're camel caravans. Merge. And then the families of the 2 colors can merge together, and you can sort of share the riches. It's not exactly like railroad shares, but it kind of is. So it's this lovely game of putting all these camels out on the board, and I've chosen it for food because there is a dish.
I like camels.
The largest meat dish in the world is...
If you're watching the video, it's cut off behind George. It just looks terrible. Continue.
It is an entire cooked camel, which has been engastrated with a sheep, which means the sheep has been put inside the camel prior to cooking. And inside the sheep, there is a lamb. And inside the lamb, there's a turkey. Inside the turkey, there is a duck. and so on, like, just whatever you can come up with. And it's
I feel like this is rude to the animal. It's like
you're a vessel for another animal.
That's right. I guess
some cows become patties at McDonald's, and then a plethora of animals become this.
I guess if you stuffing any animal in any way, it's kind of a rude thing. I mean, if you're just stuffing the turkey, that's it. It's still rude. So, but this is why I chose a camel game, because I just wanted to talk about these camels that are
That almost should have been an honorable
an
mention.
entire camel. It's astonishing.
It's such a weird thing to stuff something with other things that you are cooking.
Yeah.
Like, please, dead thing, can you please cook further these other things I would like to eat as well?
I'm really hungry, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I want to see what happens. Very odd to me.
It's if you'd like to look it up, it's
I would never eat this, by
a
the way.
camel turducken is what it's known as.
Is that really his name?
That's really what it's called, yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's called something else in a different language, but we call them camel turduckens.
Nasty.
We call it nasty.
It could be the picture, though, because George was telling me about this. I was like, wow. And they showed the picture. I'm like, wow. Get better photographers, because you're right. There's like this green light. And what's all this crap around the camel?
Yeah, well,
it looks like a bunch of dead baby dogs
I don't
laying
know
around
what
it.
sort
like
of animal they
rice.
are, but those are animals that have been taken out of the camel, I believe, and they're on a bed of rice. Yeah.
Look, I'm not making fun of anybody's culture, but I know garbage food when I say
It's probably it's probably delicious.
it probably is. If you rip it up and told me nothing about what it looked like beforehand, I'd probably be like, "This is
the best
amazing."
of it. Yeah, but I agree with you. The picture that I found, the lighting couldn't make it look less appetizing. It really does look foul.
I also will say that I don't do well with food. Yeah, I don't do well with food that look like it was before it died.
No, it definitely looks like a camel. You can sort of make it out.
Yeah.
It's like, a sitting camel.
It's disturbing.
No head.
If you gave me fish, I'll eat it. If the fish still had its head for aesthetic purposes, I'm pushing it away. Same fish.
I got you.
That's mostly why I don't like seafood.
So yeah, that's my first one. It's the largest food item.
Cool.
I'm going to bring it back to traditional fare. And I'm going to go with a game called Burger Up. So in this, you're making yummy burgers. Well, hopefully yummy burgers, because you get to kind of... There's these... You always start with like a bun, a bottom bun. And then anything could be on the bottom bun, because you have these ingredient cards and they're double-sided. And they might have, on one side it might have a meat. On the other side it might have, maybe a vegetable or a sauce or something. And you're putting these on your burgers, and you're trying to do that because you want to claim these top buns to complete these burgers. That's how you get points in the game. And these top buns say it has to have this stuff on it, and it has to be so large, so many toppings.
Okay, yeah.
So you're making burgers in this game, and some are wild and crazy, and some are actually sounds pretty good. So. Yeah, if you haven't tried it, pretty cool little set collection, making burger type of game.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'm just looking at it because I haven't played this one. Yeah, it looks good. Beef patty, fried egg. That's right. Ketchup.
Tim, are you with us? Uh-oh.
I just got a notice that says your internet connection is unstable.
Oh, no, he's back now.
Oh, you're back.
I'm back. I think our Zoom meeting is going weird.
Oh, dear. Well,
all right.
It was just a moment of catching up the talk on the Burger Up.
Yeah, were you two hearing each other okay?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. That was just you.
That was me.
What is yours, number 4, Tim?
All right, so my number 4 is a game about pizza. We got some New York slice.
Oh, no, you took 2 of mine now.
Have I really?
Yeah.
I could have predicted that one. I mean, he's won competitions and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, Eric? Yeah.
I'm the reigning champ from, I guess maybe this year, since someone took me out.
Well, I guess we could talk about it in a minute when Eric brings it up. But I will say that I strictly put it on here, not necessarily for the gameplay, but for how awesome the pizza looks when it's out there.
They
Perfect.
did so good. Yeah,
it's like photography.
Oh, man.
Scans of a pizza, man.
It's like the
Have you
size
played this, George?
of a pizza.
No, I kept
it out.
well away from this because I don't do tournament games.
Oh, well.
What? I mean, have you played it casually?
No, I haven't.
You should look at the pictures.
I understand. I understand Eric has a copy.
Yeah. Tim has a copy.
I have a copy now, too, because Eric won one.
Oh, nice.
Have you seen the pictures, though?
No, I have not.
I'm not joking. Like, right now.
Okay, I'm going.
Live on the podcast, look up New York Slice and click. It's simply amazing. I've never wanted to eat a board game before. But I could almost, if it didn't have the numbers on the pieces, I might get confused. Like, this game is legit. Looks like actual food.
Yeah, and it's nice, thick cardboard.
Right?
It's
no, I'm looking at
tasty.
it. Huh.
Doesn't that look ridiculous?
That's pretty good. I'm hungry.
And
So,
it comes
we'll
in
talk
like
about it again.
Oh, we can talk about it
A
now, I
pizza
guess.
box?
Yeah, it comes in
No,
like
that's fine.
a pizza box, and the score sheet is like a to-go ticket or order ticket. Yeah, so they did a
Nice.
wonderful job on components and making it thematic. And you're, in the game, you are trying to get a pizza slut.
I'm sorry?
You're trying to get a certain type of pizza. You might try to get pepperoni pizzas because they're worth 11 points at the end of the game, whoever has the most. Or you're trying to get veggie pizza or whatever else. It's a I split you choose type of game where, the first player every round splits it up and then everybody else gets to take that section of the pizza and add it to their pile.
Yeah.
You either add it because you want to set collection for the points, or you can eat the pepperonis on it and flip it over and you get a point per pepperoni. And every round also, there's like a special tile that comes out, and that gives you like a special power, or it gives you a little something, and that's part of the split as well, where you can even put it by itself.
Okay.
Pretty good game. If you like that I split you choose, it's one of the better ones. I feel.
Yep. Totally agree. Very tasty, very fun.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And the I split you choose portion doesn't take forever.
Yeah.
Because you can't move the pieces around. You actually have to
That's important.
It's like take like a pizza cutter and you make a slice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you make a couple of slices to the center, and that kind of divides it up in the sections.
Just don't eat,
and then you draft in reverse order.
Don't play while you're trying to eat pizza. You might get confused and pick up the wrong thing.
It's photorealistic, man.
Brilliant.
It's good stuff.
All right, so my number 4 is a game called Greenland, and this is a game where you and your tribe, whether you're the Tunit or the Norse or whoever you are, there's 3 tribes in the game. You have to go out and you have to go and hunt these animals in order to get fuel or food from the animals. So it could be a walrus or a whale or deer or whatever it is, something that is in the Arctic habitat. And you have your tribe members that go out and do that, but you can also you can promote them to the status of elders, and they give you abilities. But then you have to feed your elders. You have to feed your elders and your women. You don't have to feed
everybody else.
Everybody
for
else.
Yourself.
They're eating on the hunt,
Yeah.
So they're just getting it, when they're out there hunting it, I guess. So you have to come back and feed your elders and your women. But if you don't feed your elders, strangely, you lose them, and they turn into fuel themselves, which is a bit disturbing.
Oh, wow.
George went really weird with his picks.
Yeah.
I'm picking pizza games. You're picking camels and people as food. And
This is a Phil Eklund game, one of the Sierra games, and they're heavy. They're dice based, but they're very well researched and
Just look at those cards. Yeah, that's not
multi-use cards. There's a lot going on in this game. It's not the kind of game that I ought to like,
typically like,
but I really do. I really enjoy this one, and I have a.
You like the theme?
I really like the theme.
Tasty elders.
Vikings mostly.
Yeah,
but it's good. Check
cool.
this one out if you haven't. It's really quite nice.
Number 3 for me is Grand Austria Hotel. So in this game, that's a good game. So you're inviting people to your hotel. You're going to feed them because they want specific things, whether it be coffee or streusel or cake or wine, and then you're gonna send them up into their room. So if you haven't played it, keep it at 2 players, maybe up to 3. Don't play it with 4 like George and
oh my goodness,
then hate it.
Well, here's the thing though. This one just was on Kickstarter and they've revamped it and they've changed
I don't think
the snake turn order.
Oh, did they?
Yes.
I thought they just came out with the expansion, not expansion. Well, they came out with an expansion.
They did.
Let's Watch.
Yeah.
But then I thought the upgrade was just instead of cubes, you have specially made out cubes. So it's like a coffee cup cube instead of a square cube.
Right. It's a meeple that looks like the thing.
Right.
Yeah, they did that. But I've heard that they've also changed that snaking turn order, which was the worst thing about the game.
Oh.
So
maybe at 4, it works at 2.
Maybe I give it another try once the new rules are out.
Rules come out?
Yeah.
Sure. It is a good game. I like it.
Yeah, I'll have to try it again because I think I've only played it at 2.
Yeah,
like
you played it at 2 and also played it a few times before that and whooped up on you a little bit.
Experience matters.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my number 3 is the game that I was talking about before, how I didn't understand why it was worth so much money. Apparently this thing is like hundreds of dollars now.
For some reason, I was thinking you were talking about Walkstar was worth all that money.
No. This is actually a game called Garden Dice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? I wouldn't expect this game to be so expensive. I have
this game. I really like this game, actually.
Oh, do you have this game? Okay. I didn't think you did. There's an expansion
I don't know if I
that's
like
a little
it for $100.
deck of
right.
No, yeah, right.
$200 or $150 much?
There's the little deck of cards expansion is like $30 and $40.
Yes.
It's like $12 maybe.
Well,
retail.
That deck of cards makes the game much better.
It does.
Does it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The simple idea of the game is there's a 6x6 grid board. You roll 2 dice, and that's kind of like the coordinates of where you can build on or plant your vegetables or whatever. And you're basically just making a garden. You've got, I think it's like blueberries, tomatoes, carrots, squash, things like that. And you're just putting them out the board. You also have like a rabbit and is it a mouse? I can't remember the other one.
It's like eggplant. It's not blueberries, but yes, basically yes.
Oh, it is. It is an eggplant. Well, anyway, you got some other special stuff you can move around to kind of block people
rabbits and birds,
things. And they can eat other people's plants and stuff. Yep. And it's such a really good. I think on my list, this might be the best game.
It's lovely. Yeah.
But obviously I like some of the other games better food wise, which is why this is number 3. But this is a really good game. I kind of can't wait to get this one to the table again.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, me too. Yeah. This one's really nice. I can see why it's going for what it's going for. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. Maybe they didn't print that many copies of it or something. I found this is half price for like $20 with the, and the expansion was $4.
Oh,
so
God.
I made out.
Yeah, you did.
Like a bandit. But I don't sell things, so it's permanently in my collection.
Yeah, this one's staying in my collection too. It's a Kickstarter that I got, and I really do like it.
Yeah.
If I had it, sell.
and Eric's like, peace out. Is any game to you, Eric? Is any game good enough on a rarity level to keep for like $200?
I don't know. At 200, it would have to be pretty good, or pretty ballin'. Like I have $200 games. Sure.
You can't. I have like Kingdom Death, but obviously the game is worth that $200 or $300 because of the amount of stuff it comes with.
I'm talking
like a game that was like $50 that ends up being $200.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll be like, I could get 4 $50 games. I don't know. It would have to be pretty good, or a lot to it. Like
let's say they did not print that many copies of Zolkin, and
that was pretty hard. Yeah,
and it was out of print, and it was like $250.
Ooh.
Oh, $250.
But you had it. You bought it at retail.
But if you got rid of it, you'd never get it again, and you realize that.
I like these hypotheticals.
I'll play Tim's okay.
I recently realized that a game that I have is going for like $140, and there aren't any copies in the U.S. It's like a couple German copies for $140.
Really? Wow.
And it's a game called Strasbourg. It's a Feld, I think. It's the kind of game that I'll never play, so I'm definitely selling it.
What's Strasbourg?
I don't know. I'm just some kind of Euro game.
I'll look it up.
So, but I'll sell it for like 120 or something. I'm happy.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, well, tell us about your number 3, George.
All right. It's Strasbourg. No, it's not. I don't know if I don't know if there's any food in that at all. I have no idea. But my number 3 is March of the Ants. This is a game,
March of the Ants,
that is a 4X game with animals. So there you go.
It's kind of short.
It is. It's a. There's only like
ants. What is this, a game for ants?
A year. Ants don't live that long. So
right.
And
I totally made a meme, the Zoolander meme. Anyway, go ahead.
So you have these ant tokens that you put down on a board, and they're going through these burrows and finding different things in the meadow, and you can take your ant and you can play cards on it to, I guess, mutate it or adapt it. The thorax and the abdomen and the head separately, so you can have different abilities to your particular ants because they change into this other kind of ant, which is crazy but fun. And you go out and you exploit other ants, and you battle them, and you fight giant centipedes and spiders and stuff, and you're spreading out through the meadow. So it's a genuine 4X game, and it is a game where you have to feed your brood of ants, and you have to go to spaces to get that food, and you fight over the food because there's not enough of it out there, and it's all about feeding the ants.
Feeding the ants, yeah.
I really thought you were picking this because people eat chocolate-covered ants, but I guess you're picking it because the actual food in the game.
I mean, that's a good point. I've seen chocolate-covered ants, but I've never actually eaten them. Have you guys eaten it?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I would probably try it. Actually,
they're probably good.
I mean,
eaten some kind of bug, but it wasn't an ant.
I'm sure they taste just like chocolate. Actually,
they have chocolate covered beetles and stuff because some of those beetles are pretty protein heavy.
Yeah, well, we're all going to be eating them pretty soon. That's all that's going to be left.
Yeah,
the doom and gloom podcast. What they
we're overfishing the world now. We're going to have to go to beetles pretty soon. But they're making dog food out of insects now.
Oh, really? Wow.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. There are some companies doing that. Yes.
Well, anyway, tangent. Eric.
Well, I'm pretty much done, guys. And my number 2 is Walkstar, which we talked about previously. And my number 1 we talked about previously too.
Oh,
so
man.
I'm just gonna.
Oh man, we ruined Eric.
On your guys' stuff.
I single-handedly took his list down.
He's like chop.
And I had Walkstar and Garden Dice on my short list, and I took them off. So I'm glad I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so Eric's number. You said number 2 is
Walkstar.
Walkstar. All right. My number 2 is Point Salad, which is great because of the name, because it was Feld. But anyway.
Yep.
Point Salad is basically a deck of cards. If you haven't played this game, it actually is really good. And there's a deck of cards. On the back side is, these 6 different vegetables. On the top side is every card has a unique scoring method. Set collection, the most of things, or whatever. And on your turn, you can there's always 6 ingredients showing, like 6 of the cards. You could take 2 of those, or you could take one of the cards off the top of one of the 3. You split the deck into like 3 spots, right? Above each of those columns of cards. And so you're taking scoring cards. So what do? Take scoring cards early and go for the ingredients or vegetables as they come out? Or do you just see what kind of vegetables you can collect and then start collecting scoring cards? But then you're kind of left at the whim of whatever scoring cards are out there later on.
Yeah.
Super good game. And the whole game's about food. And you're making a salad out of points.
Which is a term that was coined by Feld or just by people to describe Feld games?
I think that.
Okay.
I do not believe he ever references his games as point salads.
And
probably not.
He didn't design this game either.
He did not.
Okay.
I think somebody designed it specifically making fun of that, which is hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty good. All right. Well, I'll move on to my number 2. My number 2 is a little card game called Cherry Picking. And
I like cherries.
Yeah, me too. Cherry pie. Yeah. So this is a game where, for me, this is a 6-nymphed killer. This is a game where you have these 6 types of fruit out on the table, and in your turn order, you're going to be putting out a card and taking a card off one of the spots, and then shifting everything. Replacing it with another card. So by the time it comes to your turn, you might not end up getting what you thought you were going to get. And I cannot explain the rules to you right now because I don't remember them, and they're quite different. But it's essentially 6-nymphed-like, where it has that kind of chaos and things shift around based on certain rules. And at the end of the game, you get points for sets, you get points for runs, you get points for groupings of cards that otherwise are not good cards to have. So
it's kind of like point salad.
Ultimately, the points all end up kind of close, but the better player still is going to win. So it is a very clever, very fun filler game that I wouldn't be able to explain to you right now, but I do enjoy playing it, and I'm looking forward to playing it again soon.
Nice. Eric, you want to throw us some honorable mentions?
Yeah, I got one.
Short list items since I killed your list.
So mine is weird like George's. It's about poo. Poo as food.
Is this primordial soup?
Gotta be.
I thought this was going to be on your list anyway.
So good. Yeah, I mean, we haven't played it in, I don't know, 5 years or
6 years.
Oh, too long.
It is too long. But the poo jokes that you have during the game, they last a lifetime. So you're these amoebas in this primordial soup, can't really determine where you're going to go, but you're going around, you're eating these other cubes, and then you're excreting, you're pooping out your colored cubes.
Yep.
And this other guy's gonna come behind you, and he's gonna eat your
which you don't want. You don't want him eating up your colored cubes.
Yeah. That's my poo.
Because if you can eat enough poop, you can get cards, and the cards will change
make you better.
Amoebas into other things.
Evolve you.
Yeah, so good.
It's fortunately thematic.
It's a good engine builder game. It really is.
Yeah, if anybody has that expansion, hit me up.
Oh, I've got the expansion. We could play with it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You need to bring it over.
All right. I have the other game that they did as well called Erland.
Erland?
Yeah,
okay.
It's dinosaurs, but it's area control, dinosaurs moving around on a map. Kind of the same thing. Erland.
Yeah, because Primordial Soup was, I guess, called something.
Or soup.
Or soupe.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, I've got 2 real quick ones. One, I felt bad about not putting Harvest Dice on here. It's a roll and write game where there's like
Feed Your Piggy game.
Is it what?
Feed Your Pig?
Feed Your Pig.
Might. Oh, no.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So you roll these dice out there. There's 3 different colors. You're planting tomatoes, carrots, and lettuce, I think. Mm-hmm. But you actually draw the little symbols on your mat, because as you draft one of those dice, maybe you draft a 5 orange, so you got to put a carrot in the 5 spot or whatever. It's a really cool game. It actually is really good. I thought about buying this multiple times.
Yeah.
The other one I put on here is because it's only good if you house rule it. So I kind of kept it off the list, but it's Food Fight by Cryptozoic. Obviously, it's about food. Picture like food wielding machine guns and things like that. It's an actual fight. It's like Food War. Have you played this, George? Well, basically, there are fields that you put out in the middle, Like maybe there's like 3 or 4. I can't remember. It's been a long time, but based on the player count,
like
probably
7 years ago.
It's a long time.
You probably play it today and be like, oh man, it was
Actually,
so crap.
Other than maybe setup, I remember how to play the game for the most part because you get a hand of cards and you draft. So you take one, pass it, and you end up with all those cards. And then you've got breakfast. You got 3 plates. You got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You make 3 different piles, or you can make 1 pile. You don't have to put guys at each one. But there is 3 battlefields because it's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Duh. So maybe the breakfast fight is worth 7 points. Maybe the dinner's worth 4, and maybe the lunch is worth 3. You know what I mean? So you would expect a lot of people to go after one battle than the other. So maybe you'll load up on the weaker one just to score those points. But what happens is you got your guys that you drafted. They have a strength value, which is just a single number, and then a special ability. Maybe it's like draw another guy and add its strength to it, or maybe like put this on the bottom of your deck when it's revealed and flip another one. There are all kinds of different abilities. They've got also power-up cards that you could put in your deck as well, and they're really funny. Like one's called Cheesus, but it's like basically Jesus. He's made of cheese. The game is hilarious. All the condiments are the action cards, like the ketchup and stuff. Anyway, you split your cards up and put them in piles, and you put those plates on there, and then everybody reveals their breakfast plate, and then all those guys fight. In the original rules, you have to shuffle it and then flip them over one at a time with each other, which is absolutely stupid.
Yeah, it's just random.
It's better. It's random. If you house rule it and then make it, George's gonna love this, rule it,
I already do.
And you stack them the way you want, then it becomes a actual strategy. Like, okay, maybe people are going to put their weaker guys up first, but then I could, saying like there's a little bit of strategy
exactly
there.
You've got to have something going on.
Yeah, and the game gets phenomenal at that point. I mean, it's really good at that point. Rules is written, the game is a low 6, maybe a 5.8.
Okay.
With the alternate rules, the house rules, it's a 6.5, maybe a 6.7 on the high end. It's not an amazing game, but it is actually pretty good.
But it's just a straight up combat game.
That's it. I mean, you draft cards, you place them in the piles you want. Breakfast happens. You flip over a card. All right, who wins that basically trick?
Yeah.
And then you win. Bam. Okay. Flip over a card. Bam. And whoever wins the most tricks wins that battlefield, basically. Yeah. And it's the first to score like 21 points or something. Cool. So a little bit of a longish game because the drafting can take a while unless you know all the cards. Yeah. But they had like an expansion called Snack Attack, which all snacks. Anyway, that's my honorable mentions. Other than Agricola, because why not?
Very cool.
No, I'm sorry.
Why not? You have to feature people.
Because nobody's putting farming games on here. All right, what's your honorable mention?
All right, my honorable mention is because it has eater in the title, and it is the Mushroom Eaters. And this is a game that is
psychedelic.
It's an honorable mention because, I haven't played it. I'm really happy to have it in my collection, and I will play it one of these days, but I haven't yet. And the game is exactly about people eating psychedelic mushrooms in order to become the new shaman of their tribe. And so they go on this this path into the recesses of their own minds, and they're trying to, I guess, become the most enlightened and actually become the new shaman.
The card art on that is actually pretty cool looking.
You have these, the players actually wear these red and blue 3D glasses because the art in the game is like this, sort of psychedelic itself. And
so basically it said you can either do some acid or
play this game.
You can wear these glasses.
It's an and-or. And
it came with a bag of the mushrooms to try.
You just leave the game in the dark for a while. Anyway, moist environment. So I don't know. I've never played the game. I really don't know, but Here's. I'll just read you real quick. There's what it says about itself. It says, "This is the first game in a series to incorporate an action path. Each player uses a hand of cards to help the group advance along this path. If cards are played correctly, the path may help the individual or the group entirely. If cards are played poorly, the entire group could be affected by the changes in the environment. Players aim to gain experience by awakening to new understandings, centering oneself in the oblivion of the moment, gathering intense realities witnessed in the great paradox, and building wisdom from profound revelation.
What is happening?
So I really hope the game can live up to that whenever I finally play it, but it's only an honorable mention because I haven't played it yet.
Nice.
Fair enough. Eric, do you want to change your number one? What's your number one again?
New York Slice.
Oh, yeah. New York Slice.
There you go.
That's
so good.
That's a good one.
That's number one.
My number one is Go Nuts for Donuts.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a fun game, dude. The whole game is a bunch of donuts. You flip out basically one, I think, per player. Everybody, depending on player count, you get these little voting tokens for the number of donuts there's going to be. And once all the donuts are out there, you look at what's out there. Then you put a token face down on what you're bidding for. You flip them over. In order, number one gets assigned out. If multiple people wanted it, then nobody gets it. So you kind of like, I really want this, but Eric's going for that set collection of that type of donut or whatever. Yeah. But maybe he knows that, it's like that kind of like cross-examination. Double thinking, yeah.
Yeah, this one was pretty good. I would switch this one out for my Sushi Go.
Yeah, I like this one quite a bit. I actually really like this game.
That's your number one.
It's very quick. Yeah. I mean, Garden Dice is a better game, but for food related, this is my favorite food related game. Yeah. One, because donuts.
Who doesn't like donuts?
And I think they even have a red velvet cupcake in there too, just for because why not? I'm gonna try to find that one just to confirm, but I remember it being in there.
And if not, why not?
If not, all right. So finish it up with some weird.
All
game,
right.
George.
Well, it's not weird at all. It is Wombat.
Whoa.
Wombat Rescue.
Aha.
So
it is.
We eat wombats, right?
What? No, don't eat the wombats. No.
Oh, sorry.
In the game,
I thought there was a pattern here.
No, there's food involved.
Where you eat the thing we're talking about.
Oh, well, that's true. That's true. Well, in this game, you actually play as the wombats, and you're going around eating plants, because you have to put the tokens that you eat through your digestive system in order to produce wombat poop. And then when you do that, you can leave a poop trail on the board that you can then smell your way back to where you're supposed to be, because otherwise you get lost, because wombats get lost pretty easily. And you have to go out and find your wombat pups and bring them back home. And if you're the first one to do that, then you win the game. But there's a whole lot of eating and pooping involved before that'll take place. And the game is just a lot of fun.
I like the theme a lot.
Something's really messed up, the fact that we have 15 games basically ish, 13 now, and 2 of them are poop related.
Well, the thing about wombats is they actually it is thematic. They excrete cube shaped do
they?
Deposits.
Yes. Nice. I remember because I think it says it in the rule book too.
Yeah. So the fact that it's a board game with cubes is actually perfect.
So weird.
But it is
Tim has
a fun game. I would play this over Kingdom Builder like any day.
I would never have thought to compare those.
No, they're exactly the same. You get a card and it has 2 kinds of like land on it, and you have to go to one or the other. It's exactly the same.
We'll go with that. Real quick, my 2 short list ones, which I had a hard time thinking about putting them on there, was Clans of Caledonia.
Oh yeah,
because there's all kinds of food stuff in that game.
Actually, that was on my short list. I just forgot to put it on there. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's Eric's number 1.
Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna switch it out to my number 1. You have you make milk, which then you can make cheese.
Mm-hmm.
You have wheat that you can turn into beer or bread.
There's all kinds of food. You're
all
right.
kinds of food in there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then all the stuff you're collecting is like what hop or leeks or something.
Oh
and then,
yeah, like tobacco.
It's tobacco.
Oh, you don't want to eat that.
kind of like food.
Well, cotton, tobacco, and sugarcane.
Okay, so you can
Yeah.
eat one of those anyway.
You can eat sugarcane.
Chew
Yeah,
on
that's the
some
one. That's the one.
Well, and you get hops too.
Oh, okay.
and hops.
Yeah.
Beer. So,
Well, I have
good
I have
stuff.
one more picture to share
Sure.
with those who are watching rather than listening. Sorry to the others, but this is related to the camel turducken that was my number 5, and this is just amazing. It is.
did you find another picture? What is that?
It is a Cthulhu.
Kentucky.
It's a Cthulhu.
It looks like Cthulhu.
That's right. That's why it's a Cthulhu. It has a turkey that is stuffed with a octopus.
Octopus?
Yeah.
Like calamari.
Yeah, but bigger than that. It's like a massive octopus. And the legs are, I think, giant crab legs.
It looks like Cthulhu, but you know what it reminds me of is a
This is how people
a
get
face hugger with tentacles.
This is how people get corona. Eating something like this.
It looks like it's bacon on the top of it too.
It does. Oh, well, bacon makes everything better. So
It does.
Oh man. All right, we done with this?
yeah,
All right, well, enjoy your food, people.
yeah. Happy holidays.
Yeah, we're going to wrap this one up. We want to thank you again for tuning into episode 106 of the MeepleCore podcast. This episode was recorded on November 12th, 2020. Send us questions and comments to meeplecore@gmail.com. Follow MeepleCore on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Check out video versions of the show on youtube.com/MeepleCore. Until next time, this is Tim Jennette, the Middle Meeple.
Eric Ledford.
George Breden.
Keep on rocking and rolling dice.